All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm feeling good today. Went for a run this morning, and it's finally feeling like spring out there. So that's good news for me.
Yes, yes, it is. Oh, it's just beautiful. Here it's been hot, man. 80s, high 80s. Yeah, last couple of days. Today again, it's been hot, but you know, most welcome after the cold that we had over the winter here. So not too bad. We don't mind it. Welcome everybody on YouTube and on X. Good to have you guys. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hopefully your morning is going awesome. Just like the market and the SPY is today, right? Just doing incredible things. A lot of stuff in the green today, as you can see here. And I mean, what a market this is. It's really incredible how well the SPY and everything else is just reacting. So clearly SPY all-time highs. We'll be talking a lot about that. A lot of stuff in the green, and should be another fun day.
I mean, are you excited, everybody? You should be excited because we're at all-time highs, and it's you know, just like this lady. Do we have this lady? Do we have? There you go. See, if you're not doing that, you're not reacting properly. I mean, you know, the world's falling apart. We've got like inflation running rampant, highest rates of inflation since 1957. Take that in. I mean, that's in the U.S., of course, but yeah, U.S.-based inflation is just it's crazy, off the charts, and yet the markets hit a new all-time high yesterday. Sure, why not? Let's do it, man. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oil me up.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oil me up. Absolutely.
Oil me up. That's I don't know, man. What can you do anymore? I mean, just take advantage of it. Anybody that caught the moves yesterday, we had all sorts of moves on different stocks. NVDA went higher. Tesla, what a run on Tesla. I mean, what a crazy move. And I mean, it wasn't alone. Of course, the main story from yesterday had to be Allbirds. And Allbirds, you know, I mean, as they say on their website, they are not. What did it say, Carlos? There, it said no more business as usual. There you go.
Yeah,
I took that right off their website this morning. They were talking about their shoes. But frankly, they are. And I love how there was an article that I found that said we are in our Long Island AI era. And I was using that exact reference yesterday. For anybody that doesn't know this reference, the Long Island Iced Tea Company rebranded themselves as a cryptocurrency company, or cybersecurity, I guess it really was at the time. They were doing crypto, you know, and security, and it didn't work out well for them. They ended up getting delisted and declared bankruptcy. But you know, their stock popped in the initial you know, analysis. And Allbirds, bird is the ticker symbol, did the same thing yesterday. What did it end up 700%? I mean,
yeah, 700 is the last number I saw. It was just wild.
Talk about memeing like crazy, right? Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's just insanity.
Yeah,
I know, insanity. And we were watching it yesterday morning at $7. I think, Carlos, $7.50, and and that was already up like 300% because it had closed at, I remember specifically, $2.49 on Tuesday. But yesterday, it hit a high of $39 or something. I mean, no, it wasn't quite that high. 24. Sorry, 24 was the high that it hit. I mean, what are you going to do with that? Okay, let's go, baby. You know, if a shoe company can become an AI infrastructure company, you can become anything you want. Don't let anybody tell you what you can be or do.
Yeah. Good times, friends. Big welcome here in our chat room to our new Lambos and Garbage Truck member. This is, where is this? Right over here. Howard. Howard, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Good to have you, my friend. All right, friends, let's get to it. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm sure we should find some great tickers there. Hey, how about another stock at 323%? How about that? Let's keep it going. So this is WSHP. So let's take a look here. WSHP. Wow, rocking here this morning. As you can see, we are up 320% and climbing. So very, very nice. The party continues. I'm sure low flow sitting at 1.3 million shares float. And something got going this morning. This thing closed at $8 yesterday. High flying today. All right, I guess it's trying to beat 700%. What? Yeah. What a stock. This is nice. No volatility hold, so it can keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny here. It does not need to stop unless there's some kind of news halt. But clearly, this is rocking pretty well, Peter. Any news?
Yeah, this is a super low float here. I see 1.3 million shares in the float. And like you said, with the volume we've got this morning, it's already turned that float over like 9 times. I don't, or 8 or 9 times here, but yeah, I mean, they're calling it a short squeeze, but I'm seeing the short float was sitting at only about 4%. So maybe that number is always 2 weeks in arrears. Our short float numbers, of course, take a little bit of time to update. So it could be that there was a lot of recent short activity. I'm not seeing it again in the data. But this does look more like a traditional short squeeze. It's hard to borrow, like as you say, it means can't be shorted. Closed yesterday at $8, now trading at 34. So yeah, it's a squeeze of the morning. If you want to play something that's just moving like crazy, there you go. Why not? Go for it. I mean, we're in crazy times. Let's trade crazy stuff. What the hell, right? What do we got to lose?
Yeah.
Except all our money in our account.
Yeah, why not? You gotta get it exciting, right? You want to get excited? Go for it. I mean, yeah, wild. We'll be on our popcorn ticker today, so I'm gonna put it right on here in our popcorn list. I still got Bird there. I don't think Bird's gonna do anything, but I'm just gonna keep it there just in case we have some action. Let's add WSHP to the list. WSHP. All right, let's continue. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go ahead and dive. Actually, before we get to our gappers list, let's take a look at the U.S. economic calendar and what's going on for today. So let's hop on over there first. Then we'll start looking at this list here.
Yeah, well, today is an interesting day. We will have some good stuff coming up in about 20 minutes when we're looking at jobless claims. That is usually the big number that moves the market. So we like jobless claims traditionally because it's the thing that the market tends to pay most attention to. Now, I'm not sure anymore, right? These days we've seen oil become more important and jobs become less important. I mean, the U.S. economy has been quietly losing a lot of jobs over the last 4 months specifically, and a lot of it attributed to improvements in AI and business efficiency. Andrew was talking about this yesterday when he joined us, and he's not wrong. There is a lot of efficiency. Oracle announced 36,000 layoffs. Meta previously announced a bunch of layoffs. I know that Amazon had a number of layoffs. So, like it's some of the tech jobs are going away as they are seeing some value from their AI investment. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what this jobless claim shows up as. Remember, this doesn't show how many jobs are made new jobs came available or jobs are lost. It's just a report of how many people are claiming unemployment. So how many are for the first time, which is forecasted to be 213,000, and how many have made a continuing claim. So this is, their second or more months, and that's expected to be 1.8 million. So we'll see what happens when those numbers come out. I said in about 7.5 minutes now. Later on today, not much else. We got industrial production that's coming out at 9:15. The Fed balance sheet coming out after the market closed at 4:30. That's really about it. So we'll let you know. We'll come back to that when the time hits there for the jobless claims, because it almost always has a market impact. We'll see today.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back to that, and we'll get you guys posted on what's happening there. All right, let's top of the list this morning, gapping up. It is a massive list, of course. A lot of tickers moving nicely, as we mentioned earlier, with the overall market just hitting all-time highs. I think this morning we got a new all-time high as well, just in the pre-market hour. So doing pretty good here. And I mean, just this daily, I mean, we just can't say enough about it. I mean, we went from the world is falling apart, 6:30 to, hey, how about all-time highs? How about that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just wild,
incredible,
wild. It really is. Love it. All right, let's have some fun with this hopefully today and get some good trading out of this amazing volatility. AEHR is next on the list. This thing is gapping up 15%. We've seen this plenty of times on our list. Today they're here again, up 15%, 571,000 shares traded. Look at the daily. They've been very, very active over the last all of April, really. Look at all of April. End of March is probably when it started right there, last day of March. And then since then has really increased volume and moved very, very well. Here's another pop after everyday green. Besides these two that are pretty much flat, every day has been green all of April. Just insane. Or at least the movement, right? This one gapped down, moved up, ended green as far as the intraday. There are some of that going on, but for the most part, I mean, just on fire, Peter. So what's going on with them? Anything new at 7:30 this morning? Seems to be getting some action.
Yeah, they got some new business. They won a $41 million order for hyperscale AI services from Sonoma. Big for them. Keep in mind, the size of this company. They only did $45 million worth of revenue last year. So a $41 million order from a single client, that's pretty important to them. So yeah, good news for AEHR Air Test Systems. I mean, it's I don't know. It's semiconductor equipment. It's they're sort of in the space here. Obviously, it's an AI service order here. Carlos, though, I don't know. This volume looks a little too low. It's up 15%. The pre-market action looks okay. I'm skeptical on the volume. It looks like it might have already died off. So, like, if we come back to this and it's sitting at over 1 million shares by quarter after 9. Then okay, maybe. But for the moment, I am not going to give it much attention.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute there. Yeah, agree with you. We'll leave it alone and we'll come back to it if anything happens. But I'm with you. The volume just seems very light for the type of pop that it is. And we've seen it many times before and we have not liked it. So I'm going to go with that same judgment today. All right, here's ALGS this morning. Aligos Therapeutics. A big pop into the pre-market up to 12, back down to 8 now, still up 15% on the morning here. But again, these therapeutics companies usually not the best. So I'm inclined not to put it on the list. It is a low flow stock too, right? All of these so far that we looked at, if you look here, guys, 1.3 million is that that WSHP. The one we just spoke about now, AEHR, 29, so very low as well. And then this one here, Aligos Therapeutics, also 4.8, so very low. The next one, Sandu, we talked about that one yesterday, also on the list. So everything here, top 4, all of them low flowing. So we start getting into SMR and some pretty good names here, guys. SMR, HIM, SoClo. We'll look at those in a second. But yeah, on this one, Peter, again, low flows is not my thing. I'm going to be skipping on this.
I agree. We got to skip on that. It's not a. I feel beachy. I wanted to be on the beach. So
there you go. So very nice.
Yeah, anyways, I don't think I'm going to spend any time paying attention to this. I don't see any real big news on it.
Yeah, same here, guys. So we'll leave it alone. There's going to be so much better stocks to look at that I want to spend my bandwidth on, and that one's could be one of these right here coming up. SMR is next. We'll look at the next 4, and then we'll hop around a little bit and see what else is out there. SMR on deck this morning, guys. We are up 10%, guys. 6.6 million shares traded. I know yesterday had a nice day as well. Let's look at the intraday action yesterday. So let's go back over here to the left. This is yesterday. Did get an initial pop. Not the best trading day. I mean, we got one pop in the morning and then flat for the most part, down, then back up. So the big move for this day was really all in the first couple of minutes after the market open. If you didn't get that, then the rest of the day was pretty sideways. Today We are up another 10%. Volume is there. Pre-market alone is looking better than the entire intraday action yesterday. So this could be interesting. I know a lot of people in our community like trading this one. I think today might be the day where I put this on the list. I do like the daily. I like the pre-market. I like the volume. Yeah, I like a lot on this. I think I'm going to add it, Peter.
Really? Okay. Well, yeah,
I like
you go for it. I mean, I think that there is some news. The White House launched what they're calling a national initiative for American space nuclear power. They're promoting U.S. nuclear reactors for space missions, which would be interesting because that would change the complexion of how a spaceship is configured and the fuel it can use, right? So if you put a nuclear reactor on a ship, it can sort of get more maneuverability. We were talking about this the other day, right? When they with Artemis Artemis 2, as it went around the moon, it was really just coasting and relying on gravity. It'd be better if it had actual engines to fire, and some nuclear power could help with that. So we'll see what they do with it, but I don't know if there's actual plans to build space nuclear. Anyways, nuclear powered ships. However, sometimes it's just about the buzz, right? So the buzz is there. So SMR, NuScale Power, and potentially Oklo, right, are the two that might get a nod or see some value. Now, Oklo is not building. NuScale is actually building like portable nuclear reactors, right? That's what they said their objective is. So, Mr. Fusion, you guys remember that from Back to the Future 2?
Yeah.
Anyways. That's sort of what they're targeting, as opposed to Oklo, which is just building smaller but not portable nuclear reactors. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, we sure will. Gonna add this one to my list. Oklo is also a good one as well. Less volume than the SMR. So we'll see. I like Oklo too, though. I actually like Oklo better than MSMR as far as trading overall. I'll put Oklo in a secondary for now. We can always adjust those accordingly. All right, HIMS. I know HIMS has some great news in the last month or two, maybe. And they got that big gap up. Well, they had bad news and they had good news. I mean, it was just a lot of back and forth with Novo Nordisk. I think they finally figured it out. Today, they're up here, 8.4, 3.2 million shares traded. Decent day yesterday. But again, a lot of stuff had this type of day yesterday. So not crazy credit for them. But today, moving even higher, man. So, look at this. So it looks like everything happened. And actually, this was not all the entire day. Something happened in the afternoon, and they said, "Hey, let's go this way," and it just took off. So around around 2 o'clock or so. So yeah, Peter, pretty nice pop up this morning. Up 8.6. All started last in the afternoon yesterday.
Yeah. Well. The U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, the infamous Robert F. Kennedy Jr., announced on Wednesday that the U.S. government is going to loosen regulations on a number of what is currently restricted substances, specifically peptides, which are used in a lot of the questionable drugs that him and hers has had trouble with in the past, and the FDA has refused to approve. So the loosening of these regulations would be good news for sales for him and hers, because they can sell more product. So this has been a theme, we can say, with the current administration, where they are absolutely all about loosening restrictions and making more stuff available, whether that's environmental, health, all sorts of regulations. They feel that there's been too much restriction, and they're going about releasing and loosening a lot of them. So Robert F. Kennedy is loosening some that is affecting HIMS and in a positive way for their stock. So it's one that, Carlos, I don't, like you said, I mean, it does trade well. Like, as a stock, this one can move. We already got 3 million shares traded this morning. It is traded. Don't forget, it's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. That means it moves a little bit differently. So is SMR, for that matter. You got to wait for that volume at the open, and the market makers have a greater say in how it moves. However, HIMS, not a bad trader when it's active, and it looks like it's active today. So might be worth putting on a secondary list just to see what it does.
Yeah, might actually be worth it can move very, very well. I like the action today. 3.2 million shares traded. Looks good. Daily looks good. Yeah, why not? Let's put in a secondary here and see where this goes. So So far, so good with this gappers list. Let's take a look at what else we have here, friends. This is brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. You can always head over there and see what's happening within our trading tools, Market Atlas, scanners. We have simulators, funded account, you name it, is all there for you. Definitely check it out. Zandu, we spoke about this one yesterday, XNDU. And man, what a day did it have. So look at the daily on this thing, Peter. It is just insane. Another low flow sitting at 4.2. Someone mentioned in chat that is the week of low flows, and you're right. Low flows have been extremely active in the last week or so, the last couple of days. I mean, we have not seen these type of numbers in a while. At least I have not seen any of them come through my desk here. But yeah, this week we're seeing them high flying. Up 7.2 only this morning. 835,000 as you suspect. Hard to borrow. Again, for me, not really tradable. And again, be careful, especially if you're a new trader, don't understand fully how these low flows can work and rip your face off. It's best to it's best to stay away because they're not forgiving. That's the problem. You make a mistake on a stock like this, and you're gonna pay very, very dearly. And as a new traders, you're bound to make mistakes. We all do, and you don't want to be making mistakes on a trade like this, on a stock like this one. So be very, very careful.
Yeah, because it's very tempting to look at it and say, oh my God, if I just get 1,000 shares of this and it moves like $3 or $4 or $5, right? Look how much I can make. And then you jump in, and before you know it, right, you didn't look at the spread and you're already down, 50 cents or $1 on it. And then it moves at just $1 against you, and suddenly you're down $2,000. Right. And you're like, what? Well, wait a second. Right. That's not what I was expecting. So you got to be very, very careful on these things. Don't always look at the upside. You have to always, before you enter any trade, assess what the risk is. And that's why we talk about these low floats all the time. It's not to say don't trade them. We're just saying understand the risk. Make sure you do that assessment. Look at what the downside. It might sound like a negative approach, but really, I mean, that's how you stay, that's how you survive as a trader over the long run, is understanding the risk that you're undertaking. So and that's where Carlos and I look at it and say, the managing that risk is not worth the potential gain. It's fun to watch these things go, but we've been caught on the other side of that. And like it's easy. It looks easy, right? When you're just watching from the sidelines, you got to remember there's always that recency bias where you always remember the one that worked, and you sort of forget the 5 or 6 or 10 others that didn't work, right? Like how many of these do we look at, Carlos? Almost every morning. Well, not almost every single morning, there is a low float somewhere that is popping up a couple 100%. Like we don't talk about them every day, but there is guaranteed. I mean, I've got a list sitting on my screen here of the stuff that's popping up, every single day. You want something that's moving, several 100%? I can give you like 5 tickers from this morning alone that are already up there. MYSE up 260%. We already talked about WSHP. There's another one out there called WNW. Well, it's only up 30%, so my bad. But anyways, like they're they're all there. Anyways, the point is you can lose a ton of money though if you're not paying attention to the downside. That's all we're asking, right? Be smart. We want to have you guys here with us this time next year and the year after, and talking about what color your Lambo is going to be. So Andrew's is yellow. You pick whatever color you want.
That is it, my friends. We want you here.
By the way, don't buy a Lambo. It's ridiculous. Get a real car. Get a Porsche. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. I did put the insurance back on my car just yesterday, Carlos. So we'll be out on the road.
How you taking it off? Why did you take it off? You took it off, or you were changing it?
Well, because I store it over the winter, right? So when you store it in the winter, I just reduce the insurance so that it's like, of course, because I don't need all the moving insurance because it's not moving. So it's really just fire and theft that I leave on it. So,
Gotcha. Makes perfect sense. All right, friends, let's continue here. Again, careful with these low flows, guys. We see it happen all the time, so just careful. All right, friends, take a look here. So far, we looked at SMR, HIMS, Oklo, a couple of low flows leading the way this morning. Let's hop around a little bit. I see Quantum is back in play today, or back in the gappers list. So they keep showing up here. QBTS, QUBT. Where's IonQ? Do I see IonQ here? Going once, going twice. Here it is, IonQ towards the bottom. What else? I don't see any other ones. So those three are kind of like the big ones, right? So let's look at QUBT. If I could type this right in here, QUBT, here we go. This one, again, big day yesterday. So we still up 4.2 this morning, and we have come down from the highs quite a bit. So I like what I'm seeing on here, Peter. After that event, what's the name of that corporate event that they had, or the day of quantum or something?
Yeah, it was just International Quantum Day, which was on Tuesday, which a ridiculous day in my opinion.
That is ridiculous. International Quantum Day. Like, what have you
know
solved in the world that you get an international day?
Carlos, if you can have International Donut Day or International Shrimp Day, then why not That's International Quantum Day? You're okay with that?
I'm okay with international donuts because you buy a donut, you go see the NYPD, hey, you give a cop a donut. I'm okay with that. There's something there. Quantum, you haven't done anything. Nothing.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough. I guess.
But they have their day. So International Quantum Day. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, there's no real news out of quantum. I mean, NVIDIA has a little bit of news that is causing the entire quantum sector to rise because they released earlier this week an open source AI models that they said would work well on quantum systems. So that's sort of a message of support, but it doesn't really directly benefit these companies. It's just NVIDIA saying, hey, once quantum works, our AI models will be fantastic. That's a statement without proof. So, okay, sure. I mean, I could release something that'll tell you it'll be great once quantum's available too. Prove me wrong. So
yeah.
But it's NVIDIA, so their statements carry a lot more weight than do mine. So.
Yeah, NVIDIA is looking good lately on the daily. If you look at it here, it has been moving much better. Again, everything has today with 3.1 million shares traded on their intraday action, in the green, back in the red. So again, it's not getting out of that 2% range. So a lot of our usual suspects, if you look at our gappers list brought to you by Trading Terminal, a lot of our usual suspects are not not showing on this list yet because they're still within that 2%. Yep, we see it here, 8:30. Well, once Peter has those numbers, we'll let you know what those look like. Thanks, Mike, for letting us know there too. We'll see how that shows. I don't have a live screen for you, Mike. I'm sorry, Peter.
No, I am sharing one.
You are? Okay, give me a second. Make sure we are. Let's do this. Yeah, I got you. It's my end.
Okay, there it is. All right. So yeah, the numbers are out. So as they rate it, they generate initial jobless claims. So if it's lower on initial or continuing, that's considered better. So in this case, so only 207,000 new jobless claims in the month versus 213,000 forecast. And but the continuing jobless claims were slightly higher at you can see 1.818 versus 1.810. So, you know what? This is within the margin of error. It's not statistically relevant. If I'm looking at my charts here, the SPY and the Q is not reacting much at all. So it looks like once again, we have another data point that is a whole lot of nothingness for the market. So what does that mean? Probably means the market, you are free to continue higher at will. Off you go. Let's go. Why not? Off to the races. Sky's the limit.
I agree. I agree. Oh man, this is it is a beautiful thing, guys. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So we talked about quantum. We never decided whether we're going to put them on deck or not. QUBT, let's see Rigetti Spaghetti also down quite a bit. I like the volume on all of them today. All of them have great volume pre-market right now. So QBTS is the other one. They all have good volume. So I think I want to watch at least one of these. I like a higher price, so maybe QBTS is the one that I'm going to go with. 6.4 million shares traded, big day yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to put QBTS. I don't know if it's going to be on the main list, but let's put it there for now. We can always change this around a little bit, but I do want to watch this one. This morning, there's a few on here that are making the list. Pick your favorite out of the ones that are gapping with some good volume this morning. You can see on the daily too, yesterday, tons of volume compared to what they were doing. They were pretty dead, guys, pretty dead. The last two trading days, clearly an increase in volume, sometimes 3-4 fold what they were trading before. So That could be interesting. Clearly creating those moves based on the news that we're getting from their International Quantum Day. All right, so let's see. And then we got a bunch of other ones on here, Peter. Again, I don't see anything too crazy. So I'll go to you, see if you like anything on the gap up list that you want to go over this morning.
Gapping up. Well, Tesla is gapping up. We already talked about it. It's after yesterday's big day. It's interesting for me to see it gapping up again 1%, which is $4. That's not insubstantial. And yesterday, I mean, it didn't get close to, well, it didn't get super close to the $400 mark, which I think is a key level. If we can get back through 400, if you look at the daily chart, you can see that's an area of consolidation. Was about a month ago at the beginning of March when it was dropping. And, oh, what do we got going on here?
Just looking at Elon's post of Tesla semis, we haven't heard a lot about this. Is it
no, that was like years ago. He was talking about revolutionizing the semi truck, market and putting all the drivers out of business, and then I haven't heard much at all about it.
Yeah, and I never seen one on the road. I know Walmart was a big proponent of using some of these for the local runs, whatever, but I haven't seen one anywhere. So
interesting. Yeah. Well, here's one driving around, trashing into a Cybertruck.
Yeah, I don't know why they're taking pictures of this. Like, this is not new. They're taking pictures like if it's new. This thing's been out for years, so I don't know what. Again, I haven't read the storyline on why they're here, but yeah, interesting.
Well, whatever their news is, it's unlikely to move. Well, I mean, it won't directly, I think, move the Tesla stock. Tesla stock just is, the fans are back. They had taken a little bit of breather. They stepped to the side while the stock dropped from 400 all the way down to $340. But it looks like they're back, baby. And yesterday, they had a great day, like we said, just an amazing move higher, $30 move higher. And they did have an announcement where they're have new chips that they're developing. So everybody likes chip development these days. Their AI5 processor, which is for a self-driving module that's their custom chip design. So anyways, produce chips, people like it. Tesla, I think it's going to be another good day for Tesla. I don't know whether it's going to go up or down, but I do think it's going to move again today. So worth keeping an eye on. Another one that's that's gapping down. Let's see, you asked for gap up stuff. Microsoft also had a remarkably good day yesterday. Keeping an eye on that because, of course, Andrew had that. He was sharing his trade yesterday. I don't think we have any details on that right here, but man, poor guy, right? Because he was down heavy on it. So what he did is he took some downside protection, and it made sense. But now he's all frustrated because, of course, if you look at Microsoft stock, it was dropping and dropping and dropping. And he got in thinking, okay, it's going to bounce, and it just kept going lower. 380 was roughly his break-even point, and the thing just surged up through it. And what would have been a $250,000 profit on this, he's now offset with a $250,000 protection loss. So it means that it limits his risk, but it's severely limited his upside, which would have been huge now with this thing gapping again this morning at $417 right now. So, I mean, I feel a little bad for Andrew, but not that bad. I mean, he's, don't worry about him. He's doing okay. So, he couldn't buy a second Lambo this week, but he's still doing okay. He made like $30,000-$40,000 yesterday. He's still doing okay. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, couldn't get the Lambo, but he can get the Toyota Corolla the souped up one.
Yeah, completely the souped up Toyota
spoilers,
Corolla.
Spoilers, no hubcaps, actual rims.
I gotta say, Carlos, like, don't get me. You're putting me on a rant here.
Do it.
Look, I'll just say quickly, I don't understand that. If you've got a souped up Corolla, all power to you. But I don't get it. Like, if you're going to buy a Corolla, which is, a nice, affordable, cheap car, and then spend all sorts of money to soup it up, just buy a real car. Just buy a real performance car. As a guy who owns a Porsche, I'm like, if you want a car that performs, buy one that performs. Don't buy one and put underlighting and molding and, a resonator on the back. And come on, man.
It's an art, Peter. This is a hobby for a lot of. This is like, I have a friend.
If you're doing it for the looks, Yeah, if you're just doing it for the looks, then it doesn't matter what car is underneath, right? You're just making it look pretty. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah.
go do your thing.
Some people
Yeah,
are
but I don't
really
get
into
that.
this, man. I don't get it either. I have a friend. He loves Hondas, and he always buys a Honda, and he'll buy like the most expensive one, and then he'll put the rims on it, and then it's like by the time he's done, he spent more money on it than he would be able to buy like I don't know, a M3 or something. You know, like he's
Right.
changing all these parts. I'm just like, but there's a love for that. Like people, we feel like there's a love for like making it your own. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but I see his joy in it, and I just like, hey man, you do you,
Yeah.
you know.
It's your money.
So
I
that's
guess you go
That's
for it.
it.
Anyways, all right.
There it is.
So
All right.
apologies to all the car enthusiasts who I just insulted out there, but
There you go. But no, wow, list keeps growing, friends, towards the gap up. But yeah, there's something there for that. So, all right, friends,
So,
let's see what's gapping down, and we're gonna from here see what we can take off. There's not a whole lot here, and again, there's not a lot of our usual suspects on this gap up list, but we will be watching some of them. Like we just spoke about Microsoft, Peter, clearly coming back nicely here. We spoke a little bit about NVIDIA. I haven't added it to my list yet. We did speak about Tesla, which I probably will end up adding. I mean, this probably was the best trader yesterday. I mean, clearly just incredible action in the intraday. Took off and never really looked back. I mean, we haven't seen Tesla do something like that in a very, very long time. They've done some similar towards the bottom. They've been selling off. You look at this daily, it's been down, 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 down. Yesterday, recovering a lot of this downturn. I'm sure John in chat, I'm sure John's got to be very happy because John, when he was trading with us and covering for you, Peter, he was going to exit his position at 320. He said 320, we get there, he's going to exit my long-term position, and now he's got like almost a $80 buffer from his stop here. So good
new
for
lease
him.
on life. Yeah.
New lease on life. There you go. All right, let's see what's gapping down, friends. BNAI this morning. Oh, no, BNAI, if I could type correctly. Here we are. We've seen this many times. Brand engagement. We are down 10% this morning. Yeah, pretty messy on the intraday here. Looks like it started last night, got some action on it, continuing into this morning, down 10%. Here's the daily as well. Had some crazy action, if you guys remember, back in the beginning of the year. Went all the way up to 85 from like nothing. I think it's like literally like $2. Like it was really, really low. Yeah, 398. Took off here and then back hanging out around 51. Peter, not sure what's going on here. Very tough to trade this ticker. It is a low flow sitting at 2.9 million shares flow. So again, low flows all over the place. Be very careful with these. Anything to see here?
Not really, no. I mean, they filed some new reports with the SEC, and that's their 10K, which wasn't all that strong. They claim, of course, it was super strong results. The market says otherwise, but yeah, not tradable news.
Yeah. Let's see here. You're not building a Civic that can beat a Porsche 911 GT3. Have you not seen Fast and the Furious? They're building like crap cars are beating NASCAR drivers. I mean, it's just insane.
I mean, look, it depends. It depends what you mean beating, right? Like it's actually relatively straightforward to build a car that can beat almost any production car in a straight line, right?
Yeah.
You put some nitrous oxide on it. Straight line speed, you can do that. But as I always say, that's cool, man. But when you get that first corner and you hit the wall, at least I get to go around the corner. So
yeah, that's where it really counts. Absolutely. All right, let's continue here. BNAI, again, nothing to see. Careful on this one. And I just noticed a couple of more low floats on here. 2.9, 730, and you also have less than a million shares traded on Mints. I think this is Mints, MNTS. Looks like Mints. So we'll see what's happening there. We already spoke about Bird a little bit. Again, second day, is this going to continue? It's in the red right now, down 10% after being up 730 was the last thing I saw. And is climbing fast though right now in the pre-market. Here's the daily yesterday, just insane, guys. And it's climbing fast, looking to go green. I do have it on my popcorn list there just to see what it does today. This is clearly entertainment purposes. Again, if you are trading this, be very, very careful. Have a plan and don't get caught. Don't get caught in space there by yourself, right? Someone here, not someone, a few people here got left behind, right? And immediately they're down, what is this, about $3-4. So again, just be careful with these things. So good for entertainment purpose. I'll be watching today. Not sure if you want to add anything to this one, Peter.
No, like you've already said. I mean, it's a second day, so second day plays are a little risky. You never know on these things, right? I mean, if it's caught the attention of the meme world, this could continue to go. I mean, obviously, volume's a lot lower here this morning than we were seeing at this time yesterday. The move higher is a lot lower than we were seeing yesterday, but that doesn't mean it can't still pop higher. So who knows? The price action has been upward, despite the fact that it's technically in the red, down 10%. Got to remember that's after a ridiculous day higher yesterday. So the percentage moves are irrelevant. Just look at the chart, and the chart's telling us people are still willing to push it up with 6 million shares volume. That's not bad. So yeah, I think it's worth watching. Again, if you're into low floats, this one could still be worth watching. You can put that alongside your WSHP, which is trading more volume and more range, but you just don't know till the opening bell rings and we see what happens. Or trade a pre-market.
Yeah. Speaking of WSHP, WSHP, a little bit of a drop here from the pre-market highs at 45.54 down to 28, but it might just be looking for more buyers here. Still up 250% this morning with hard to borrow. So that's our two low flows of the day today. Bird with their second day this morning, and then another one, MNTS. Not exciting. Nothing to see here. We are down 4% on this one. Hard to borrow. Momentous. I don't see anything great on it. Daily has been getting a lot more attention here. Again, it's low flow. I think 500,000 shares flow. So again, not really anything to see there. We'll skip on that. So if you are going to trade some low flow, there's some better ones that are in play today. So be careful with that. Three more here. ABT. Abbott Labs. What's going on here? So these guys are down 4.5, 341,000 shares traded. I'm not a big fan of them. When they do trade, when they're in play, they can trade very well. We've seen people do pretty good stuff on this one. Peter, what's the latest and greatest? Fill us in on what's happening here.
They're one of the earnings I was going to talk to you about. Abbott Labs tends to almost always go down on earnings. It doesn't matter what they do. It seems like it goes down on earnings. They beat their numbers. They delivered 11.16 billion in revenue versus 11 million flat, and they delivered an extra penny of earnings at $1.15. So beat their numbers. But are still going down. Their outlook was okay. They didn't increase it. Maybe that's why the market said, "Oh, you didn't increase your outlook. That must be bad." But they held it. They just said, "Yeah, we're still going to do what we said we're going to do," which, I don't see anything wrong with that. They said they're going to deliver between $5.38 and $5.58 of earnings. So, they're on track. So I don't know. I mean, I think that I think it's all okay, but I said almost every time on earnings I've noticed this thing drop. So not a great trader. I've never been able to find a good trade on it once the opening bell rings. So won't be spending a lot of time on it.
Yeah. So we'll see, guys. If you like it, take a look at it. Again, very, very tough to trade this one, but clearly in play this morning. Light volume as usual. They don't get great volume. Sitting on the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, just look at their daily. See how light the volume is. Once in a while, they put in some good stuff, but again, you have to like to trade this one. So I've seen traders do very well on it. I personally am not one of them that trades it well. All right. So, yeah, go ahead.
Sam, USAAM, you're asking, what do I think about the Allbirds pivot from AI to AI from shoes? I guess maybe you're just joining here because we've been talking about that, and I've already expressed my opinions. It's ridiculous. It's a sign of the bubble, and the fall is coming, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's
this is like when you start getting stock tips from either the barista bartender,
right,
or the shoe guy, the shoe shiner over on Times Square on 42nd Street. You pull over, get your shoe shine, and he starts telling you, hey, you should buy this.
Or in this case, you go to your local Allbirds store, and they're telling you, hey, thanks for buying our latest fashion. Have you heard about our AI infrastructure offerings? Okay.
Yeah. Love it. All right, our gap down continues to grow. TSM is next on here, friends. Let's take a look at what's happening there. So TSM also getting some moves this morning in the green, back in the red. Was in the red pretty good here. They recover a little bit and now feeling some of the weakness, down 2.8 million shares traded. I do see some of the other semis down. I do see NVDA slightly down and moving lower. So they're moving very similar. Look at NVIDIA. Look at TSM. The semis are. Let's take a look at AMD. They're moving. AMD same pattern, not as aggressive as NVIDIA and TSM. Let's look at MU. MU same situation, guys. I mean, you could draw a line and you can overlap it over all of these. Who else am I missing here? Do we put Intel on this list now as well? I mean, Intel has been very, very active, guys, which actually looks good, Peter. What's your thoughts on Intel?
Yeah. Intel has been moving pretty well for Intel, I'll say, which means it's still not a favorite, but yeah, it's been better. I mean, I think part of this market is moving. Taiwan Semiconductor did have earnings this morning. They're one of the many earnings that I wanted to talk to you about. And it's just one of those mornings where I think after the big increase yesterday, there's pretty much nothing that Taiwan Semiconductor could have done to really sort of get their stock going super higher today. They beat their numbers in quarter. They increased their guidance marginally. They said they're seeing continued strong demand. The only note of warning is that they said that the Iran war is raising chip making input costs, but they said they're seeing no near-term operational impact, so which means they have enough supplies to be able to continue to maintain production, their production speed and quality. So, I mean, they basically said everything that you could expect of them, and yet the stock is still dropping about $8 here this morning. So it's just Taiwan Semiconductor is always a tough one to trade. Again, even with earnings, I won't be watching them heavily. I might put them on the list just because, but I won't be expecting a trade out of it.
Yeah, I do have NVIDIA here and MU also looking pretty good. Both of these are so I'll put both of them now in the primary. I might not watch both of them. Let's see what happens here. But right now, both MU and NVIDIA looking pretty good, very active. I know TSM is the one with the news, but usually I prefer to trade either MU or NVIDIA or even AMD, although AMD's kind of quiet right now with all this going on. Even the volume on AMD is just 490 when you have NVIDIA with 3.3 and you have MU with 1.2. So a little bit on the lower side for them. Amazing daily though for AMD lately, but intraday is just not looking so hot lately. Okay, let's see what else we have here. So that does cover our gap down, friends. Again, a lot happening here, tons of stuff in the green, and gapping down. We have a couple, not mainly, but most semis, TSM, MU are on here this morning. So guys, get this scanner over at tradingterminal.com. You can have it so you can keep up to date with what's going on, what's moving, what's shaking, the turbo break up and down when the market opens, and also your market atlas, which is an amazing tool. All right, Peter, let's go to you. What do you like this morning, gapping down that we haven't covered, or any earnings that we haven't looked at yet?
Yeah, I mean, nothing specifically gapping down. Like you mentioned, the semis are gapping, Amazon, Google gapping down. Nothing big to see there. There's regular news. Google had some interesting news where they were continuing to invest in their AI offerings. And I was reading an article this morning about Google. It was talking about the fact that they are set up for a giant payday when SpaceX goes public. Back in 2015, Google bought $1 billion worth of SpaceX stock.
Really?
And $1 billion worth, which is estimated to be about 10% of the company back in 2015. So if this thing goes public at $1 to $2 trillion, like people are expecting, that means their $1 billion investment is going to turn into $100 to $200 billion. So they're set up for a big payday, which frankly for Google just goes into the pot. I mean, they invest in a lot of things. Some work, some don't. But this, when you get like this type of 100 times return, 200 time return on an investment, that's a good day. So yeah, Google's one of the many that are going, and despite the fact that, by the way, they're rumored to be producing competing products and they're investing in competitors to SpaceX, but it doesn't matter, right? They've got all this money, they spread it around. So there you go. That's You know, that's what happens when you have the big cash and you can, you know, it just sort of shows how easy it can be to make money when you've got money. So
Yeah. Wow.
but you know,
Very
they've also
nice.
held on to that for a decade, right? 2015. I mean, it's been 11, 12 years that they've been holding on to that money. So but you know, still, which one of us wouldn't hold on for 12 years if you knew you're going to get 100 to 200 times return, right, on that investment? So
100%. Oh yeah.
anyways,
No question.
yeah. So there you go. Anyway, so that was the Google news. In earnings, look, we're getting to the tail end of all the banking earnings. We had a couple more banks. Charles Schwab. I mean, financial services companies, I should say, more than banks. But Bank of New York Mellon, which is BK, U.S. Bank Corp, USB, they all had earnings. Citizens Financial Group. None of those are really worth watching. There's no volume on any of them. None of them are moving quite a lot. PepsiCo Inc. did have earnings this morning. Also beat their numbers. You know, they had a good quarter. So that was one that sometimes that can move. People like it after, you know, occasionally when it gets going, it can actually give you some trading opportunity. I don't think I've ever traded it. I'm not sure. I used to trade Coke every once in a while, but I don't think I've ever traded Pepsi. So anyways, look, they beat their numbers. They said they cut their prices on some of their snack products, which raised sales. So yeah. Anyways, so I don't know if that's good news, Carlos. If you buy your Doritos prices have gone down, as Pepsi has decided that $7 for a bag of Doritos is too much, and they've cut the price a little bit. So can you believe that a party bag of Doritos was selling for $7? Like chips should be like $1 or $2 for a bag, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my opinion. But you know, I still go to the grocery store and I shake my head. Like I was buying peppers the other day, just you know, like bell peppers, and you're paying like more than $1 a pepper. I'm like, what the? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like this is. I don't really worry about prices. I buy it anyways, but I'm just like, I can still complain about it. I reserve the right to complain about it.
It's the value. When you nobody likes to get, you know, scammed, right? And it's like, this is not worth that. You still buy it, but you know.
Yeah.
Yep,
anyways, look, we got other news to talk to you guys about out there. There was some interesting news yesterday. A war of words. Donald J. Trump, President Trump, once again taking on the Fed chair and saying that if Powell doesn't leave office voluntarily, he's going to fire him. Now, he actually doesn't have the authority to fire him, so it's another one of these threats that he just loves to make that he frankly has little ability to follow through on. But I mean, I suppose technically there is a mechanism where he could fire him, but frankly, he wouldn't even be able to make it work between now and the time that Powell is supposed to leave anyways, right? Because I mean, when his mandate is up, his mandate is up. So but it's just one of those, like, it creates uncertainty in the market. And while we had, you know, an all-time high day yesterday, it'll be interesting to see if we have a follow-up to those statements. Obviously, the market didn't really care about it and moved higher anyways. You know, we're waiting for news. We're always waiting for news in this market cycle. So, you know, that type of information could create news that the market might react to in the short term. Obviously, we're waiting for news on the war, you know, in Iran. All that stuff, right, can have an impact. So, but it's fascinating to me when there isn't any of that news. Look what the market does. It's like, yeah, coast is clear. I feel like it's a little kid, right? Parents are out of the house. Let's go higher. They're not looking. Let's go. So, anyways,
oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll keep an eye and see if any of that news hits and let you know if and when it does. In other news, a company I used to work for, Ticketmaster, whose parent company is Live Nation. They rebranded themselves a long time ago, like 20 years ago, but that was right at the tail end of when I was working with them. They had a multi-state case that went against them in a jury trial that said basically they are operating a monopoly and they are unfairly increasing prices, and that they've overcharged by a couple of bucks on tickets, and they've caused ticket prices to be artificially inflated across the industry. Look, I having worked for the company and in the industry, they're not wrong. But as I keep saying, what's fascinating to me is the industry actually wants it that way, right? Ticketmaster at the front end has always been the lightning rod for the industry. It's designed to help drive the inflation of prices, because it benefits all of everybody behind it, from the performers, who actually are the ones who benefit the least. But it's really the promoters and the venues and everybody else that line up behind Ticketmaster. Why do they allow the monopoly to continue for so many years? Because it's to their benefit, right? Because Ticketmaster's model is to give a lot of that service charge as kickbacks into their clients for the right to do exclusive business with them, and that has benefited the industry as a whole. So there's a reason why it hasn't changed. But from a public point of view, all is the person who's selling you the ticket, and that's Ticketmaster, without realizing that there's a whole supply chain that goes on behind it. So anyways, I'm not defending them. I just know the industry well enough to understand what's going on, and I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. They're not wrong, but we'll see what it does. Ticketmaster's already taken a whole lot of reserves. They said that because there was a federal Department of Justice case that went against them before, they've already taken several $100 million worth of reserves, in the understanding that there's likely to be lawsuits that go against them. So it may not affect their bottom line, but LYV is the ticker symbol if you're looking this. It is publicly traded. I've never really tried to trade it, so I try and avoid the companies that I used to work for. There's a few of them out there. I just don't generally trade them because it's too emotionally fraught for me. So, but yeah, they did drop quite significantly yesterday, and today they're opening flat. So we'll see what happens. What else we got? John Raff is giving kudos to performers who don't support them. John, make sure you understand that story, by the way, because Pearl Jam was one of the ones that did it, and they actually ended up selling tickets at, if not higher than the price that Ticketmaster was selling them for, because they realized a lot of what the costs were underlying it, and they didn't have the infrastructure to support it. So I was around when Pearl Jam was taking them on, and it was an interesting story. Again, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. And from a performer's point of view, they're also getting screwed, but they're getting screwed by the entire system and the entire industry, right? Their own managers, the tour managers, and the venues are all out to get them, because, the less they have to pay their performer, the more they get to keep for their effort. So in any event, it's a fascinating whole environment. We like space news here, Carlos. Just to share some random space news, since we were talking SpaceX just a little bit earlier, and Google's investment in it. If you guys like space, turn your eyes to the heavens. Comet Pan-STARRS, as it's colloquially known, C2025R3 is going to, whoops, I missed a zero on that. But anyways, it's going to be coming closest to the Earth that it will be in the next 170,000 years. You might be able to see it with the naked eye if you're in the right spot and the sky is clear. April 27th is the day, so make your plans now. If you're a comet seeker, you want to go out and find that baby. It's going to be the brightest comet in the sky on that night, and maybe for 1 or 2 nights surrounding that. So so there you go. Yeah, and if you want to see it again, apparently it circles the sun once every 170,000 years. So
how do they know that, Peter? How do they know it circles the Earth?
I guess every they measure its trajectory, and that's a rough estimate apparently, but yeah, I don't know. They got fancy space math. They can figure things out.
They come up with the stuff, man.
Sure. Look, man, they shot a rocket to the moon and back again, and if you actually look at its trajectory, it's amazing. The trajectory and how it worked, and so yeah, there's a lot of math that goes in there. I trust the science. It's out there. Anyways, right. But if you want to trust science, how about this science? Let's do some random science. The science of drinking. There was a recent study, because this is important news you need to know. There was a recent study with 340,000 adults over a 13-year period that unfortunately determined, yes, drinking will kill you. The more you drink, the faster it'll kill you. The heavier you drink, the more likely you are. Apparently, all-cause mortality goes up with moderate to heavy drinking by 24%. Your risk of cancer goes up by 36% on average. So yeah, drinking is going to kill you. And apparently wine is the least likely to kill you. And I will say, in a study of so that was 340,000 adults over 13 years. I can only say, in a study of 2 adults over the last 30 years, we have determined that you know what? Screw it, it's worth it. So you know, you
sure,
take your
sure
study
is.
and do what you want with it.
Yeah.
Carlos and I, we're still in. We're still
in the long
haul. So
we're not stopping.
Here you go. So cheers, Carlos.
Cheers, my
friend. You had the same idea
cheers.
I did. So there you go.
I saw when you loaded that up, and I'm like, are we drinking today?
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
I'm like, let me bring my
bottle. We didn't
bottle.
coordinate this, but we both know what to do. You got the assignment. So there you go. All right,
absolutely.
There you go. All right, so cheers.
We hit 500 likes today. If we hit 500 likes today, then we might fill this up just a tad. 500 likes. Yeah. I think might get us there.
If we're gonna die, we're gonna die. So
absolutely.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
And anyway, so there you go. There's the news you need to know. I thought I would share that with you. So all right, we can get back to business now.
Yep, absolutely. CFC 66 says I should get some double oak. I never tried it, and I'm not a big I never tried double oak on Woodford Reserve, so I don't know what it tastes like. I've seen it, but man, this is I had many whiskey drinks, and I like this one. It's really smooth, really smooth. So I should try because I do like this one, and I see if I could tell the difference, because sometimes you just can't tell the difference, right?
I don't know. People are rating our choice of alcohols here, which I think is interesting. This is just a bottle I haven't even opened yet that I pulled off the shelf. I'm not sure who. Peter T. Prime. You said a Is that a good or are you poo-pooing? I haven't opened it, so I don't even know what this tastes like. But my go-to is a Glenlivet, if that matters. The Glenlivet Caribbean Cask. That's my house drinker. That's what I would typically, pop open on any given night.
Yeah. The Woodford Reserve is the one if I'm going to not go crazy, have no friends over, that's the one that usually just comes on, right? So okay. I like it. All right, friends. What else, Peter? I see we got some other stuff on here. So again, careful, guys. Drinking will kill you. So just be careful out there. And one last piece of news here. You got whales.
Whales. Well, every once in a while you need to know the whale news. I am fascinated by the fact that we have an exalted opinion of ourselves. Obviously, we are the dominant species on this planet, and we seem to think that we have a unique right to intelligence and language and communication. And when we sort of think that animals are animals and we as humans are special. And I just would like everybody to, rethink that if you've sort of been thinking it, or if you never thought about it at all. For your consideration. A recent study of sperm whales shows that their communication patterns is as complex as ours and closely match what we do. They have sentence structures. They have the ability to communicate very complex thoughts. They don't have arms, but it doesn't mean that they're not as complex as we are. And we've sort of long known that, right? That there's other animals like dolphins and beluga whales and octopuses. Anyways, that demonstrate very complex advanced behaviors and advanced thought process. Anybody that's had a dog, have you ever not stared at your dog and said, what the hell are they thinking? I wonder what they're thinking right now, right? And you may not think it's a very complex thought, but you don't doubt that they're thinking something, right? So anyways, just food for thought. We do a lot of things. Carlos, I ran across it because I ran across this and another study that I didn't put up here that scientists are saying that they were in a recent study of fungus, specifically mushrooms. They said that mushrooms also have a certain a level of intelligence. And they're like, so rethink that if the mushroom is thinking. Anyway, but it's not thinking the way, doesn't have the advanced thoughts that we have in sperm whales, but it actually does have a processing system by which it makes decisions. And they've seen that in everything from slimes to molds to fungus. So anyways, I just thought it was interesting. I happened to run across a couple of these articles in the last few days that, I mean, we think of ourselves as unique here because we trade the markets and sperm whales don't. However, we're not as unique as we think. And by the way, if you like that train of thought, and you've never watched, there's a great series of shows out there called what is it called? Love, Death, and Robots. There's one about Love, Death, and Robots where an alien species comes down to planet Earth and makes contact with us and basically eliminates us because dolphins they have dolphins. Basically, their Jesus is a dolphin, and we killed their Jesus, so they wipe us out in a religious fervor, which I thought it's an awesome little episode. So, anyways,
oh boy,
there you go, random food for thought. All right,
there you have it.
Yeah.
All right, friends. That is your news for today, friends. On other stuff outside of the markets we find very interesting. Getting back to our list here, we're pretty much set. I am going to add Tesla. Someone mentioned in chat. Yes, I am going to add Tesla after a day like yesterday. I mean, how can you not?
Yeah, you got to watch Tesla.
Yeah,
don't
I
you?
do have Andrew's trade here from yesterday as well. If you missed it, he traded this in chat. I mean, just
oh my God, killed me.
Incredible.
Just an awesome trade. Yeah.
And I'm surprised there was not more adding on here, but he went long. Actually, I don't think he added at all. He just let this thing rise. So he went heavy. He went in heavy and just let it play out and just look at this. Just insane. Got out at the top around just close to 394 there. Just awesome, man.
And this is the type of trade I've had these before, where like those shares that sale that you circled right at the top there, Carlos, where that might be 5 or 10% of his total size, but the value of those 5 or 10% could be more than the rest of the trade put together, just because of how much it moved, right? And when you get those,
I think this was 14 Rs for him.
Yeah, and that's earned. Which means theoretically, if he held it all, it could have been like a 50-R trade, or who knows, or something crazy, right? And again, I had like the one we did on Oracle the other day. I think I earned about 4.5R, but if I'd held the whole thing, it could have theoretically been a 15, 16R trade. So it's the way it goes. People ask us why we partial. Well, you look at this and you're like, why would you partial? Just hold it all and sell at the top. This is the aberration. This is not what the stock normally does. And if you hold for this most of the time, you're going to end up out at break even or with a loss, right? Because it'll pull back and it'll come back down. So don't take these days as the example of what you should do. Take these days as the glorious, extra benefit you can get by holding a little bit of size for when the big move happens. That's my opinion anyways.
And this was his other trade on NVIDIA. So I guess that's probably why he didn't add on Tesla. He was busy adding on NVIDIA and managing this one, and he did very well with this one too. Adding, so he was more active on this one. Just let Tesla rise, what I'm thinking. And again, another one that did very, very well. So guys, if you want to see Andrew and Brian trade, you could do so. Head over to bearwithtraders.com. They're getting ready. Here's Jared finishing up the engineering the markets, Brian getting ready to go, and as they get ready to prepare for the live trading. So as far as my list goes here, guys, I am going to add Tesla. I did that. So I got SMR, Q, BTS, NVIDIA, MU, and Tesla. Got a couple of secondary stuff at the bottom there. Peter, anything that you like that I might not have on this list? What's one of your top stocks for today?
Well, I mean, Tesla that you already mentioned is one of the top ones. The other one that I don't think you've mentioned yet today is PLTR. It actually had a good day yesterday. It's also making a recovery with the market moving higher. Again, I don't know what it's going to do today, but I sort of liked watching it yesterday, and it had some good moves. So we'll keep an eye on that today just to see what it does. You talked about getting ready. We're getting ready for the market open. We're also getting ready for the next Peak Capital Bootcamp. My non-subtle, segue here. If you are interested in accelerating your trading, and if you want to, I mean, we can't promise trades like Andrew just got, right? Again, those are the exceptions. And hey, you've got to be in the right position, which means you got to be active in the market, and you've got to have a strategy to be able to take advantage of those. And that's what we do at Peak Capital Bootcamp, is we try and help you build that strategy so you can put yourself in the right positions to potentially get those trades when the opportunity presents. And if you haven't, if you've sort of been struggling, or even if it's been going well, but you just want to say, I got to get to that next level. I just can't get out of this rut, or I'm trying to figure out how do I sort of stop the bad things that are going on that are really sort of holding me back in my trading, then consider the boot camp. It's really a great opportunity to accelerate that trading learning journey. And if nothing else, you can use it as an opportunity to potentially, sort of practice your trading and make money at the same time. It comes with a funded account. It gives you an opportunity to make money while you learn. That funded account is part of the program. It's a program that's costs just under $3,000, $2,995 if you go to the Peak Capital website. If you go to bearwithtraders.com, though, check out the bottom of the page there. For just $4 more at $29.99, you can get the Peak Capital Bootcamp, the funded account, and a full year of the elite membership for Bearable Traders. So you get that community on top of it. But anyways, but as Carlos was just showing you on the screen, there you go. There it is right there. Go find it. take advantage of it. And you don't have to, by the way, you don't have to go into the next boot camp. The next boot camp starts in May, and then it goes 13 weeks, right? Basically to the beginning of July. Our last one of the year starts in September, and then we'll go to until the beginning of December. So we only do 3 a year. If you want, you could sign up now, take advantage of that deal, get yourself ready, and then, sign up for the September or even the January course. They're all available. You can sort of lock yourself in for whichever one makes sense for your schedule. What we do in advance of that, leading up for the months leading up to that, because you don't want to go into that cold, to help prep for those intensive 13 weeks, we have that prep meeting that is now on Mondays. So it used to be a Friday meeting. It's now on Mondays. And you can join Mike there on Mondays, where he helps you sort of get ready. What can you do to prep? How can you get ready for that boot camp? It's a free webinar that he runs that helps you sort of prepare for the boot camp. So if you're interested, you can see the website at the bottom, pcapitaltrading.com/webinar, right? Check that out. That should give you access to that free session and give you the opportunity to understand what this is about, what can I expect, and how can I sort of prep for the session. So there you go. Hopefully that's of use to you. We look forward to seeing anybody there on Mondays at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
All right, Carlos.
Absolutely, friends.
What I got going for today. In news, by the way, I should mention it's Thursday, which at Bearable Traders means that we do have a focus today on mentorship. And we have some ongoing mentorship sessions that are happening on this day. If you go to our webinar page at Bearable Traders, you can find everything that we have ongoing. Today on Thursday, we have 3 sessions for you, actually. We've got our noon options-focused mentorship session with Jared. And at 1, we then have Brendan, who's going to talk about Market Atlas and how you can take advantage of that. You know that Carlos and I use Atlas. We talk about it regularly. It's a great tool. If you want to understand how you can use that market visualization of volume to improve your trading, then attend that session with Brendan. Those are both for our elite members at Bearable Traders. And then also for our elite members tonight, we've got our Thursday evening mentorship session. Gary is leading that one, and he's going to review your trades, talk about anything you want to, go over market setup and configuration, or help you maybe with your trading. If you've got very specific questions, you can submit charts and ask him questions about it. What should I do differently? What does this look like? What do you see in this? Right? And you can get some specific mentorship if you're interested. So join if you're an elite member. Those are good sessions. So noon, 1 o'clock, and 8 p.m. tonight are the 3 sessions for you to take advantage of.
All right, excellent, friends. All right, let's set some levels, guys. We're just under 15 minutes here for the market open as we prepare to take advantage of this market, this amazing all-time highs market. So let's take a look at first one on there. My list: SMR, QBTS, NVDA, MU, and Tesla. We'll do some levels and we'll get rocking and rolling here. So SMR this morning, I do have this one on here. I also have Oklo on my secondary list. Not sure which I'm going to look at. On the primary, I have SMR right now. I like their volume, guys, 9 million. They could be a little funky at times. It's a hit or miss how well they're going to trade. Obviously, the last couple of days, they've been doing much better. So we'll see. 13.24 is the high of the pre-market. 12.30 is the low of the pre-market there, 12.29. Towards the bottom, we do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a great job of covering a lot of the areas. I don't think you need to add anything in between here. It just won't fit, really, with the way this is set up here. Where the price action is right now, if you look at the daily, they're right in here. Just right below it, there's a level of 1260. A couple of days on the daily slamming into that, so you definitely want to have that down. And then above that, we're going to go all the way to the next big level, which is going to be right around $14, $13.99 on there for SMR. So, but kind of tapering off from the pre-market highs this morning, giving some back. So we'll see how this continues. Again, volume is great. Let's hope it trades well. It is a NYSE stock. NYSE tickers, their price action is much different than a lot of the NASDAQ stocks that I do like to trade, right? So just be aware that the price action itself might be a little bit funky. QBTS this morning, high of the pre-market, 23.40. And then towards the bottom, we do have the low over at 21.25. So we're going to put one there. And then below that, guys, big, large day yesterday here. And also the day before that on that would have been Tuesday. So 2 really nice days there. Good volume, as you can see on here with their International Quantum Day. I don't know what they have accomplished to do that, but International Quantum Day. Okay, 1942, great level there as well. And then once you do that, I think you're set towards the bottom. Above the pre-market highs, in case we do move higher, it's going to be 2488, right? So I think that's a good area there. All right, let's go to the next one, guys. A good buddy, NVIDIA, also trading very, very nice. Good volume today, 3.7 million shares traded. High of the pre-market sitting at 205. The low is down at 196.80. Once you do that, you're set there. You're kind of stuck within almost the same range from yesterday, right? The highs and the low there from yesterday, pretty much to the T. A little bit off, but pretty close. Towards the bottom, in case you do drop big day yesterday, so we got to go to the left and get some daily levels. Big one right on here, 193.99 was an area of great resistance that can now become support. So we definitely want to mark that down. And then below that, we do have the low from 2 days ago. So don't need to do anything there. Now, if we do push higher, NVIDIA has gone higher. Back in October, November time frame, we do have a level here at 202.85 is a good one, and just in case, we do have an area at 205.97, so 206 basically towards the top there. That is NVIDIA. Next is going to be our good buddy MU, which again has been trading very well. I'm going to delete some of the levels we have here, some previous ones. Pre-market action today, as you guys know, TSM with earnings, and they are pretty much moving some of the semis the exact same way. So here's MU under pre-market action. You look at TSM, exactly the same. You look at NVIDIA, you can overlap these. The one that's not getting much love and lower volume is what happened here? AMD up 2.2. What is going on? So we're just tuning in here, and AMD is moving, friends. Didn't do anything though, right? Even with the earnings from TSM, it didn't really move. And now they're saying, hey, we're not part of what you got going on. We got something else going on. So
we're gonna do our own thing.
Our own thing here and take advantage. So their daily has been awesome. Their daily slowly but surely climbing higher and higher and higher. It's just all-time highs for AMD. We are close. We are very close.
Yeah, we're close. Yeah.
We are very like $2 off here. AMD is becoming a lot more interesting.
Yeah, 267.08 is the official all-time high. So yeah, we came within about $3 here this morning. So
yeah, so very nice. Let's mark that there. Yeah, so let's see what that news breaks down here. What happens there? I don't have it on my list, but I will add in a secondary now because that looks very interesting. So AMD is coming up here on the secondary list. Let's see if it actually does it, right? We see these pops and then it just ends up doing nothing. So let's actually see what takes place as things kind of simmer down here. We're looking at MU. Let's get some levels in here. Pretty easy as we're stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. I'm going to mark down the low of the pre-market down at what this would be 441 exactly. And then towards the top is going to be 458.89. So once you do that, you're set on MU. I don't think you really need to add anything towards the top. You're getting towards your all-time highs up here. You can mark that down, 471-ish area there, and then towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days on MU. We'll come back to AMD before we leave here for the market open. Tesla, what do we have? Tesla, we are pushing lower. Big day yesterday, man. Just incredible. 398.33 is the high of the pre-market. The low is hanging out at 392.60. So there you go. And then looking at the left here, I mean, just incredible day. We have a level over at a 383.62 and then down at 374. I don't think they'll be heading down there. I think they're gonna make probably this run stick here. I hope they do. I think it'll be a lot of fun going higher than lower. 403.84, great level there. You can see that area of support and resistance just across the board. A lot of touches. The more touches the level has, the more important, right? And then just in case we're gonna have another monster day like yesterday here, it gets a little bit tougher, but I do have an area right around 411.01. All right, Tesla giving a lot of the earnings, a lot of the gains from this pre-market session back, looking to go red. Let's see if it can hold the previous day close. But again, pretty exciting as we get near the market open. All right, Peter, what is our team watching today over in the chat room?
That's a great question, Carlos. So let me pop over there and we'll see. Andrew's joining here. He's getting ready for the open. He's going to watch Bird. I think maybe he feels left out after yesterday. He's going to watch Service Now, or is that Service Now? NOW. Anyways, he's going to watch that. He's going to watch AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, and TSM. Brian doesn't have his list in yet, but he's probably watching the usual suspects. He'll probably follow along with what Andrew's watching. Eamon is going to be looking for XOM and AMD as longs. I've got my eye on SMR, like we talked about. I guess I'll watch Bird just to see what it does. We'll keep an eye on the other low float of the day, the WSHP, for all of you guys, just in case something happens with it there. I'm going to watch a Micron, Carlos. I think, I don't know whether it's going to do anything today, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. And PLTR, of course, is the last one for me. So that's what we've got on our list. That's what we're watching for all of you out there. Whatever you choose to watch, trade smart, trade slow. Let's not rush anything, right? I'm going to wait here like I did yesterday. Yesterday I probably waited too long, but I'm going to wait and see what sets up. I don't want to take those out of the bell, unless I see a specific setup like Tesla. If Tesla pops up to the VWAP and then shows weakness, I might take it short if the market also continues to go down. So we'll see. I've got to have a combination of things to happen. If that happens, I might look at that. EMD is looking interesting for a long here, but I'd have to see some support. Again, I'd want to see a pullback, and then we'll see what it does if and when it goes higher. But AMD is sort of bucking the trend, isn't it, where a lot of the other semis are moving down. AMD's the only one that is in the green, other than Intel, I suppose. But AMD's far and away higher. It's 1.7% up versus Intel, which is only like 0.4%, and everything else, which is red. So.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. All right, let's do it, friends. We're ready to rock and roll here. Just under 7 minutes to the market open. We are ready here to watch how this market opens up. So if you've been watching us this morning, as you know, all-time highs in the overall market set in this pre-market, and let's see how that's going to play out. Some people think we're going to sell off. Some people think we're going to go higher. Put your thoughts in chat. We'd love to read your comments. But man, every time I look at this daily, it's just so nice. So nice. I mean, it's got to be the quickest recovery in history. Is it? I know somebody put that in the title, I think. I didn't write the title, but it could be. It could be. What do I think?
It could be.
I think the momentum is there, man. I think we'll go higher, but it's tough because 3 days in a row. That's tough to keep doing that. It's not an easy thing to do. I have no idea, to be honest. I have no idea. If I had to bet, I'll say lower.
Off, but
I say lower. If I had to bet, I have to put money on something, not including sideways, I'm saying down.
Yeah. I mean, I think over the course of the day we might end up higher. My guess at the open is that we're going lower, but well, I'm always thinking lower, so I know that I'm biased, which means that I don't even believe me.
How's your 401k doing? Right. Check it now. Be happy now. Keep buying. Keep buying in.
I gotta sit down.
Keep submitting into your 401k.
All right.
Don't stop.
Hey, Carlos, did you hit the like button?
Oh shit.
Okay, just checking. Oh
yeah, hold on a second.
No,
I did not. I didn't. That's not good. That's not good, man.
Hit the like button.
I'm gonna hit it right
now.
That's not good. That's not good. I'm so sorry, guys. Let's hit the like button together here. Join me hitting the like button. Let's get this up a little bit higher, friends. 291.
Yeah.
We'd love to be at 400. Join me in that. Hitting the like button. I do forget sometimes. I know you do as well. But we love your support here, guys. It does help the channel out a ton. And this is why we ask for it, because it really does help. So thank you so much, guys. And let's rock and roll. We have 1,000, almost 1,100 of our friends live, ready to go. So
Juan is saying today is a good day to go short or long. Well, yeah.
No,
isn't it always? It's always a good day to go short or long. The question is which one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I love it. Who said that? Juan Cruz, my man.
Yeah, Juan Cruz.
Yes.
Redondo.
Let's go. Shout out to our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. We got a bunch of you guys on here. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. YouTube likes that. YouTube likes that they see members being part of the channel, and hopefully helps us grow our community. It's a good day to buy Bird. bird or an actual bird?
I don't know. I don't know about this bird. I'm not sure I'd want. I wouldn't put it in any portfolio I've got.
Cameron, you've been with us for 8 months. I mean, that long, huh? You are up there with the few that have been since the beginning. So congrats, man. 8 months as a Lambos and Garbage Truck member. Appreciate you. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
All right.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Cameron Stanley. Appreciate you.
Carlos, I went for a run this morning, and
yeah, how'd it go?
It went okay, but it's one of those where, you know, you go. I'm just like, look, I've just got to get back into this because I not only did I fall off the wagon, but the wagon has disappeared over the horizon. Like it's so far gone, I can't even catch the wagon anymore. Like it's terrible.
You're gonna say that you fell off the wagon ran over you or something. I thought it was gonna go more dramatic,
yeah, well,
but that's bad too if you can't even see the wagon.
No, I can't see the wagon anymore. It's gone. Tesla's moving back up here to the VWAP, so don't go too early, Tesla. We still have 2 minutes. Anyways, but and I'm supposed to be running like my next marathon in less than a month, and I'm really not in shape for this. So, but I was out and I was just running, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do a light run. It's not gonna be too much. It's just like a 35 minute run. Yeah. Then, you know, like I'll keep it easy. And you know, you get a stitch in your side and you're like, damn, like has it been that long? Has it been that long that I can't even run for 30 minutes without stopping? But I pushed through and it went away. And now I got to do my protein shake to, you know, get back to
It's crazy how that pain happens in the same spot. It's like, what is that? I know you talk about, you get this pain, like it just gets tight. It's just it's more uncomfortable than actual pain. It's like an uncomfortable knot or something. What do we think about CoreWeave, my friend? I'm not sure. It's got decent volume. It's, you know, it's has traded well in the past. Didn't trade so well yesterday. I don't know. Let's keep an eye on it. I'm not gonna have it on my primary list, but we can always look at it. We do like CoreWeave when it does trade well. So we'll see. See what happens.
Kyle, my targeted pace is pretty slow. I just want to finish the half. It's actually a half marathon. I want the half marathon in less than 2 hours. So that would be a 6-minute kilometer, which should be very doable. Today, my pace was slower than that.
Here it is. Holloway's 7 months. Congrats,
I should theoretically be able to do 20K in a 5:45 pace. Don't forget, I'm old. I'm nowhere near as fast as I used to be.
Yeah.
I never used to be a runner, though, so it's not like I knew what my pace was when I was young. I never ran, so. But I know I felt faster anyways.
There we go, friends.
All right, guys. Opening bell. Here we go. Oh,
ding,
Tesla,
ding, ding, ding.
Too fast. Too fast. No.
Let's see what it does here. Let's see. Here's Andrew's trades at the bottom. If Andrew takes a trade, it'll
pushing higher.
AMD doing some stuff. Tesla lower. Market Atlas on deck, my friends. See how that can help us out here today.
That was predictable. You know what? I should consider taking some trades pre-market. I could have on that pop like 2 minutes early. Yeah, get short and just wait for the open. I don't know, it's easy to say. It's easy to say when you see a result like this and you're like, you know, if I got in, that would have been like a $3 move, easy.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't know.
It's tough.
Maybe just take a small size just to play around with it. Anyways, I am not in Tesla. I was, again, predicting the short. I wanted to pull back to VWAP. It moved very quickly off the open. I'm not chasing it because it also looks like it's getting support here. So let's see what we got.
All right. See, guys. See, okay. See if any 1 minute engulfings are showing up. My favorite strategy before 5 minutes to 1 minute engulfing. I don't see anything great setting up though. At the moment.
No.
Oh, AMD could have been a nice short overreaction maybe. So selling down here. on AMD. Oh, maybe not. Heading back up. Oklo dropping, friends. Hymns we have on deck. No volume for hymns right now. Bird, Messi. What about WeShop? WeShop halted to the top, guys. So breakthrough here, hold to the top. This thing is up 260%. The highs in the pre-market was around 43, 42.38. So halted there. So careful on that one. And Oklo's going lower. I think Andrew's in the bear. Yeah, Andrew is in the Bear Bruce chat room.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Always in the BBT chat. I don't see no trades for him yet. We'll see if he jumps on anything.
Wow. Okay. Speaking of Andrew, he just said that he was going long AMD. I was busy watching AMD for a short. So my Andrew indicator tells me that that I might be the wrong side of the trade there.
It tells you don't do that. Yeah. Don't go against the Andrew indicator. Get your face ripped off. Don't do that. All right, let's see, friends. He's not
100% right, but he's got a lot of accuracy.
He's right. Yeah, he's right more often than not. Way more often than not.
Absolutely.
So if I have a choice to find something else that's not going against his idea, I'd rather do that.
Yeah. There you go.
I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
And
there
there's
it
the
goes
reason
for
why.
Andrew. Look at that. AMD 268. 268. Yeah. There was a whole lot of orders sitting at 268.
Yes.
Let's see.
There it is. Friends, check out the chat room. $39 gets you in for a week. You see these guys. They're the best that we got. These two right here. I mean, they really are incredible traders. And you see it every day live. It's really awesome. I do miss not being in chat and hearing their commentary and the way they trade. I mean, but I love being here with you guys as well, of course.
Andrew did it again. Look at that. See, this is why I don't trade the open. I'm clearly not very good at it. I was looking for a potential short on AMD.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it set up, so at least there's that. Like, it's not like I was saying, oh yeah, I'm going to enter this right now. I was watching to see if it was going to set up. Andrew said he was going long, and 30 seconds later, we're up $4.
Yeah. All right, what else? MU tanked. Yeah, I'm seeing that recovering now. Did drop here, recovering. Tesla going lower. Tesla could be fun. All right, we're coming up on 5 minute, guys. Let's see if I could find a good 5 minute ORB. It's the next setup I'm looking for here. Tesla showing some good weakness. Might be some profit taken today. Who's right so far? A silver SPY. Oh, nobody. It's just flat. So not up or down yet. So just flat. MU. Oh yeah, see that. Okay, so MU, NVDA. Very interesting 5 minute candles to start on both on MU here. I'm sorry, NVIDIA and MU too. Both of them got very similar candles. NVIDIA at the VWAP, MU.
There you go. Andrew's got his arms in the air. You know, it's a good morning.
Oh, I mean,
when he's got his arms up.
Love it. Love it. Andrew, welcome. Good morning to you, my friends. CoreWeave, yes, you guys mentioned CoreWeave even pre-market. What's it doing now? It's not doing, for me, I don't see anything great yet on it. I don't see how high I could have taken the trade. Might be setting up for a 5 minute engulfing, but this first initial wick is all over the place. So I'd rather skip on down for now. Could be great. I'm just not ready for my setup here. MU dropping below the VWAP. Looks like I might want to go retest the low of the day here. NVIDIA. NVIDIA. I like NVIDIA short.
What are you thinking?
But I don't have a setup. I like it short, but I don't have a setup. QBTS going down. SMR going lower.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing everything, man. What's going on? Tesla drop. No pullback on the 5-minute, as you see there. How are you guys doing over there? Short in Tesla?
Tesla's a little regret for me. I missed that. But it is short. I don't.
NVIDIA and MU.
Meta hasn't done much. Google, AMD.
I'm gonna try short on MU, guys. I'm short MU here for the loss of the VWAP. Not the best strategy. I like the 1 minute. Not the best strategy as far as the VWAP breakdown because we didn't get the pullback. But I see if we could test the low of the day here on an MU. I like the way he's trading.
CoreWeave just went red. SMR just went red as well.
Yeah, NVIDIA might be good too.
The WSHP was already halted, and now it's reopened and is moving a little higher. Actually, it reopened a lot lower than it had halted, which is interesting, but it did move higher.
WSHP, yeah. All right, let's see, guys. Above the view up is my stop. Let's see if we can hold the downside here on MU. 449, I'll have to stop out of there. Yeah, 449, I'm out. I'm out on MU. So, not ready for a short yet. Where is my market atlas? I tell you, after doing this for so many years, I do forget still to look at market atlas, and it's like it hasn't become like a habit, right? It really hasn't. And it's such an important tool that I gotta make sure I opened it, but I forgot to check. Hey, look at market atlas and let's see to make sure that everything looks good. And if I'm looking at MU. Does look, it's not a big imbalance one way or the other. So I agree with you, Mike. It's just chop at the moment. So MU not really looking long or short. There are some orders now coming up at 453, 8,000. So now it's looking much bullish compared to what it was a few minutes ago. So see what it does here. NVIDIA still wrapping itself around the VWAP. QBTS, beautiful short. Tesla. What else we have? Bird, nothing. HIMS. AMD coming back a little bit. How about TSM? TSM with earnings today. Did they trade well? No, pretty much sideways. Very similar to what MU and NVIDIA are doing. They're just stuck, right? They had these wicks both up or down, and they're not really just doing anything here. MU, same situation. MU is getting more orders to the downside, but I want to see a clear signal to go short on MU if we can get it, or NVIDIA. Both of these. NVIDIA looks much better. How does NVIDIA look as far as your long Oracle, AMD?
Oracle.
Let me see.
Wow.
Your long Oracle. Let's check. Oh, good job.
Worship. I think of it as worship, but it's a WSHP. Is halted again. So
up to wow, it's the upside. Yeah,
halted again for a second time. So that's good.
That's good.
It's a good
sign.
Up. Yeah.
CMU and NVIDIA. Both of these are choppy. Look at MU go. Look at the market atlas on MU. This is all to the upside now. It changed very quickly, friends. Got to have that market atlas up. I didn't check I'll be honest, I did not check market atlas when I took the trade. Could have maybe gave me some indication. Not sure. Maybe not. You never know. But got to bring this tool up. Got to have it up. I think it helps drastically. And now it's completely bullish at the moment. I mean, there's nothing down here. Everything is up, and that's exactly what the stock is doing, at least momentarily. So let's see if it can hold it here.
Lots of downside on Tesla.
Yeah, man. I was looking at it. I was hoping for a pullback so we can get a nice a good risk to reward for the 5-minute RB breakdown here. It's 5-minute range, but we never got it. We never got anything. It just went. So didn't join that trade. But look at the drop here. 383, 62 is the next one we have there. I split edge window with train terminal on top, Atlas at the bottom. Very nice, man. Very nice. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
No trades for me yet. I haven't seen an alignment of things. AMD is looking sort of choppy now after that initial good move that Andrew took advantage of. I'm back short biased on it, but the Atlas doesn't actually support that at this point. So I'm gonna I'm just gonna sit out here.
NVDA. All right, let's see, friends. SMR. We might have an opportunity to break the chop here. It's just the timing. When is the question? When? So here's NVIDIA. MU.
When?
Losing some ground. Now you're getting more orders to the downside. So MU could be good here. If it sets up. Nothing yet. It's just chop at the moment. QBTS. Battling between the previous day closes back and forth. What else do we have? WSHP is open. See what it does here. After the second halt, WSHP is open here. Let's see if, oh, there it goes, going higher. Limit up is 35.65. We're going to get halted again. The way this thing is going, I think it's going to get halted again. Oh, it did hit 35.65 there. What happened? Oh, no, sorry. No, it didn't hit 35. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. They're bailing. That's not good. Ooh, that's going to be a rough drop there. Ouch. And it's going to get halted here. Wow, I thought it was really going to go. It looked good. It looked really good. And that's why these things are so hard to trade. But it looked really good. And now it's halted to the downside. That's not good. That's not good. All right. MU just choppy. NVIDIA. Both MU and NVIDIA very choppy, guys. There's nothing happening right now. So nothing to see there at the moment. And nothing on my list besides Tesla. Besides Tesla, there's nothing else.
You know what? And I still, Carlos, I had the read on Tesla. You guys know I told you that was my shot or my short play, but it just moved a little bit before the market opened. If only the move had happened exactly like it did, but 2 minutes later, then I would have been completely comfortable on it. So
yeah,
I think that's maybe lack of flexibility on my part. I don't know. However,
we'll find something, guys. Only just a little bit above 15 minutes from the market open. Very, very early, guys. We'll find an opportunity here if you haven't found anything yet. We just started our day. We literally just started our day. So careful. 15-minute days is the best day. Oh, yeah, if you could be done early, it's always nice. But it doesn't have to be, right? So don't force anything if you don't see anything. We need the market to do something. You either got to go up or you got to sell off so we can get things to follow suit. Look at this push higher here on the SPY, MU, choppy. You guys see anything great? Don't tell me Apple did something good. Man, Apple, you can't take your eyes off of Apple. You really can't. You have to watch it.
Apple moved lower. You just never know, though, right?
You never know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, the problem is if you're actually watching it, Carlos, like, what makes this move happen compared to another one? Like, I'm not sure I'd be having the confidence, because otherwise you could trade it every day, and 3 out of 5 times, right, or 4 out of 5 times, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But look at it go here, guys. Very, very nice drop to 262.13, which is a level. We didn't do levels for this one today, but we have a level here for some reason. It could be a previous daily level or market high or low. I'm not sure, but it's down there now. It's definitely a daily level. If you look at the daily, clearly you can see there's a lot of happening right here. So let's see if it can hold that. So it's on that right now. All right, let's see NVIDIA, NVIDIA, VWAP situation. If it wasn't so choppy, this could be something. But man, it's like I'd rather wait for it to break this area than go in here for a VWAP break. I'd rather wait for it to break and just kind of break the range. Might be a better move. Yes, you'll miss out on the best entry, but I feel like you need that extra confirmation to make sure that this thing is actually going to break out. And I also think the SPY needs to have a hand in that. And right now, SPY is going the other way, so it's not in your favor. That's for sure. Tesla, a bit of a pullback and selling back down to the low of the day. Did AMD... I don't know. AMD came back down. Just kind of inside. Had a great start and just kind of falling in line with everything else. Just choppy. What's your next swing? I don't have a swing trade. I don't have any swing trades on right now. So no like short-term swing trades, and they're more like swing investment trades. Like if I find a good price, like then I'll just throw it on, and knowing that could take months, right? So it's not like a 3-day swing. It's not like active swing trading, So
wow, look how flat AMD is. It's just went wow.
Yeah.
It's like that's all I had in me today. One little move. That's all I got for you.
Yeah. But no, yeah, Harman, yeah, in chat, I would love to hear what everybody else is thinking about swing trading. Maybe we get some ideas.
What platform? Photo. We use the DOS Trader Pro platform.
Yes.
That's what we use to trade. So the charts you're seeing are from Carlos's system. He's displaying his DOS Trader Pro. I've got the same. I use a dark image. My charts are all black, except for the ones I usually share with you guys, because people seem to prefer seeing the white charts, but I like looking at them in the black. So.
What's happening with Hood?
Look at AMD. AMD did finally break down. Maybe I should have taken the short. I don't know.
Wow, this is choppy, man. This is womp womp womp. Chop. MU. MU is choppy, but to the upside. But it is just chop. Tesla looking good for another leg down here. AMD leaving the VWAP. This could have been a good breakout play. Again, not in my strategy of opportunities, but breakdown play here. Yeah, Addison, today's not the easiest and clean, but maybe we're getting into something here. Is the SPY selling off? Maybe we're getting into some kind of trend. Yeah, SPY's trying to go lower. Yeah, I don't know what I like this morning. Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft diving into this drop here. QBTS, NVIDIA. If we're going to sell off, I want to join this party. Just got to find out which is the best one to actually get in on here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, SPY is going lower. All right, let's see. I want to scalp this move. We're going lower. What can I get in on, guys? NVDA, like near the VWAP. SPY is gonna go red. I want to be part of this, man. Go back on MU. It's just leaving the VWAP here, breaking through it. All right, looks like SPY's gonna sell off. We did say sell off. If I had to bet, we're gonna have a red day. All right, I'm going back in on MU, guys. This will be more of a scalpy type play. I'm not gonna wait for the pullback and everything else. I think we might not have time for that. So scalp play based on the SPY dropping some more. Wow, look at the SPY go, guys. Come on, MU. Fall in line. Bend the knee. Get us down to 446.
Bend the knee. I love
Bend
that
the knee.
when you say that. Bend the knee, man.
Give in. Give in. Let's see. I'm just looking at the SPY. Make sure the SPY doesn't turn on us and create havoc. But we needed to go one more leg down. I think MU will fall at least to 446.21. There it is. MU. Come on, SPY. Drop it. Drop it like it's hot. I think overall, when the SPY starts dropping like this, I think a lot of stocks see this drop here. This is going to have an effect on stocks, right? Unless you have some crazy bird news, or just play
some bird news.
Yeah, some bird news. I think this is going to force a lot of stocks to go down. That's a big drop here. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is that's what you want. So
look at AMD finally got broke down, but it was tough to get there. So couldn't have predicted that. I mean, it really just went with the market when the market finally moved hard.
MU is moving, but not fast enough. Not fast enough, man.
Yeah, MU's not a good candidate today, is it?
Yeah, like Tesla would have been.
I still regret Tesla. Look at that Tesla miss.
It's not good. NVIDIA would have been a better candidate for this scalp, man. MU is holding on for dear life. Give in. Look, MU SPY's going
seems
low.
Like
nice.
AMD, NVIDIA. Like if you had entered any one of the other ones at the same time, would have been okay. What's up with? Well, Intel is still hanging out with MU.
Here we go.
There.
Finally, we're getting something now. SPY is getting a nice little drop here.
Do it for Carlos.
Let's get there. 446. I'll be very happy.
Do it for Carlos.
Give me one more drop. I promise I'll take a partial here. I promise you.
I don't know. I've heard those feel like the gambler's promises, Carlos.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man,
let this one win. I promise I'll never bet on the horses again. I'll never bet on the dog races. I'll
walk out right now and go home. And then once you win, you kind of like, what?
Yeah,
maybe just bet half of the profits.
One more hand.
Another hand. What can go wrong?
Yeah.
Oh my. I definitely got on the wrong horse today, though, because the SPY keeps going lower and lower, and MU finds a way to pull back, stopping the momentum lower. So definitely the wrong one. The problem with that is that if the SPY decides to turn, MU is just going to look at that, right? It's going to just rally up to my break-even point. So look at this. This just doesn't make any sense, just like I called it. It just doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Are we gonna drop low? We're at the VWAP. Yeah, we'll get out for 50. Unbelievable that we couldn't get this drop on MU. And the SPY barely moved up, barely. And the SPY started reacting all crazy. I'm sorry, MU started reacting all crazy. Unbelievable. That's a strong stock today. I gotta tell you, if you can't sell off with the SPY like that, that's not good. That means you're strong. You want to be strong today. Wow. Couldn't give us 446 MU. You are something else. You are something else. And everything else I could have taken would have got us the move. Everything else, even AMD. Tesla was already down, so not so much. But NVIDIA, everything else gave us a really nice opportunity. And I picked the wrong horse. My goodness.
Yeah.
Happens.
Happens.
Yeah, but see, $2 was like my stop on this thing. So you need to take less shares on MU and get a bigger move, right? So yeah, I got a $2 move on it, but you kind of need 4, to make it work, right? So my stop is very wide on MU. I always tell you guys, keep it wide because you can get $4, $6 fairly quickly when it's trading well. So take less shares, give yourself a wide stop on MU, and you'll do very well. We've been trading a lot just like that in the last couple. I was gonna say weeks, but it's been months now since MU has been trading well. Probably at least a month or 2. Actually, we could talk about the daily. Yeah, started maybe a month and a half. Started around here. Started trading very, very good. You see the increase in volume too. So we've been getting better trading out of it. But that's what you got to do. You got to give it, I give an MU as much as $2.50 at times. And again, just take less shares. Just take less shares and look for that, for $5 move.
Oh, gotta take this. Hold on.
What would I consider a small position? We could take 100 shares. 100 shares. Yeah. That's what I usually take. Just 100 shares. Don't take 500 shares in the stock. Don't do that. 100 shares is fine. You could risk 200, $300. Give yourself some room for slippage, but you can make, 5 on the first R, 400, right? So yeah, don't go crazy. I made that mistake where I taken too much, and when the way the stock moves, you take too much. Even if you give it $2 stop, that unrealized P&L racks up quickly. You're like 500-600 in the red. So yeah, take small amounts on this one. I mean, even 50 shares, guys. Even 50 shares, you get $5 on 50 shares. It's not bad for a day's work.
Well, that's not good.
What happened?
So I got home last night from my regular Wednesday evening pickleball, and my wife's like, "So we had an incident. The washing machine caught on fire. My daughter was washing some clothes, and then opened the washing machine, and it was like smoke, just filled with smoke inside the washing machine, and it all smelled like burnt rubber.
Oh, rubber's the worst, man. Oh.
So I called the repair guys who I've used before for other things, and they just called me back, and they said, "Yeah, based on your description, just buy a new one. It'll probably cost you more to fix it than the old one, and it's not worth it." And I'm like, "All right." So they probably looked, because I gave them the model number. They probably looked it up. Let me face it, the thing's like 20 years old. It probably doesn't owe me anything, but
yeah,
it's amazing. Like they won't even repair anything anymore, right? They're just like, "Yeah, just buy a new one." Like, as soon as you said smoke and burnt rubber, they're like, "Yep, never mind. We're not even going to come fix it. It's not worth it."
Yeah. That's a tough one.
All right. Okay.
I traded 100 shares for 2 years in every trade. Yeah, that's trade.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So I
trade small.
I got to make some money here this morning because it looks like I have to buy a new washing machine.
Oh my goodness, that is the worst way to trade, man. But yeah, let's make you some money to make you some money. Oh man, love it. All right, so SMR, QBTS, no opportunities here. NVIDIA, not doing anything. MU, I knew the stock was strong, man. When it didn't sell off with the way the SPY was selling, this stock does not want to sell off. MU is not the one today to go short on. It's really not. I think it's a strong stock. Great deal on a washer and dryer combo at Costco. Nice. All right, let's see. AMD, NVIDIA. Let's give away a washing machine today. we could give a washing machine to it today. Listen, probably less expensive than a funded account, operation wise, except for the shipping. You got to pick it up. Got to pick it up. But yes. All right, MU. Yeah, MU is strong, guys. So strong. Look at that, going green. This stock wants to do its own thing. There's no question about it. Andrew's long MU. Of course he is, because he's looking at Atlas, and Atlas is completely strong. And you saw it here. The minute I went short, it's just rejected, moving with the SPY. The minute SPY had a little green turn, boom, just took off. So Andrew's long here, looking to go green. Check light. I won't regret it. Let me see. All right, isn't this a crazy stock? Yeah, this is the wow stock that does some crazy stuff. Yeah, we saw the daily on this like a week ago. Me and Peter were talking about it. It's just wild, man. Wild. This is a bigger move than SanDisk, I believe, or pretty close to it. SanDisk, oh no, SanDisk is a little bit bigger. Probably the same. But SanDisk, man, insane. 930 high of today, just awesome. Andrew is YMU long. Yes, he is long MU because of Market Atlas. I mean, it's the reason why he's long. I mean, he's just clearly strong here on Market Atlas. It is all green, all bullish. And yeah, it's a really strong style. Look at that go. Wow, MU. My goodness. Look at Andrew taking MU. Here's Andrew straight, friends. So he went long here. This changed now, but this here was all bullish. I mean, when he got in. And that's why he got into this trade. It was all bullish, all red as far as the entry. So got in there, partial, and just awesome. There was a VI breakout here too. I didn't see it though. I don't think I would have joined it, but nice VI breakout, pullback, confirmation. Very good. Man, what a trade. MU for the win today, friends. All right, I'm 0 for 2, guys. 0 for 2 today. NVDA heading higher. Tesla trying to turn around. I'm not a good reversal trader, so I'm not going to touch that. But Tesla possible reversal there if you guys like that one. Oh, the Andrew's the reason why he's bullish? No, man. Andrew's, yes, he trades heavy size, but you gotta understand the amount that you have to trade to move something like a MU, NVDA, Tesla. Now, if he's trading Bird, yeah, he could move Bird around. He could push Bird around a little bit. Low flow stock. The Andrew can't do damage to this. But you talk about Tesla. Word. Yeah, Bird is the word. Tesla and NVIDIA. You need a couple of Andrews. Maybe like 3 Andrews. Right? 3 Andrews can probably get it moving. Let's see here. NVIDIA. MU. NVIDIA VWAP, guys. VWAP got a nice VWAP breakout. Here's the pullback. 10 minutes to the next candle. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, 10 seconds, excuse me. 10 seconds to the next candle, 10 minutes to the next candle. Yeah, how that sounds. Here we are. How's NVIDIA looking, friends? All right, let's try. Long NVIDIA, guys. Long NVIDIA VWAP breakout. I requested that emoji for Eamon. I'm going to send it. I'm going to send the request again. I believe I did. Yes, we need an Eamon emoji. David, I will send that request. Dum-dum-dum. All right, let's see. Atlas looking good on NVIDIA, guys. Let's see if I can get the breakout here. This is my 3rd trade for today. 0 for 2 so far. 2 losses on MU. MU was not feeling the short side today. Long NVIDIA for a VWAP breakout. Much better. Probably my cleanest setup today too. That's the thing. These are sloppy setups, right? Like this one was more of a scalp. This was more of a scalp. We didn't get our drop here. We gotta stop doing the scalping type thing. It's not working lately. But here it is. VWAP breakout. Stop loss. Well, we got this level here. Might as well use it. 196.80. So it's just slightly below the VWAP. But might as well use the level that we have, a technical level there. And market atlas does look good for it. All right, let's see if we get the break here. Next target, high of the day, maybe. This doesn't move much compared to NVIDIA. Compared to like MU, so it takes a while to get somewhere. Oh, what's the question? No, it's just separate, right? So market atlas. So this is the DAS platform, and with DAS, here's the level 2 that you get with DAS. And then market atlas is from trading terminal, right? What some people are doing, they're saving, because you could not get level 2 on DAS Trader Pro. They're saving that $50 and just getting market atlas and getting all the tools that are there, right? It's another option. I've seen people do that. I still have my level 2 on DAS. But with market atlas, if you're just looking at that like many of us are, you really don't need it, you know. But for education purposes, to show people, it's good to have for me. But you know, you wanna, if your budget is a little bit different, wanna tighten that up a little bit, you could do that. It's another option. Get market atlas on trading terminal. You'll be able to see the level 2. All right, we are long NVIDIA. Stop 196.80.
Long in NVIDIA? You're long in NVIDIA?
I am long NVIDIA. Yes. We
Oh, Andrew also went long. He went long MU actually as well.
Yeah, he went long MU. Yeah, much earlier though. No, Landry's been in it for a while now. He's already partial down into the green. I mean, he's done his thing on that one. Sunny Tarani, how's your funded account going? I know you want a funded account. I hope you're doing well. Looking forward to seeing your name on the banner up there. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? Haven't seen you in chat. Good to see you. Let's take a look at the funded accounts, friends. Who's in progress? 33,000, 15, 11. Got some new names coming up here.
1, 2, 3, nice. 4, 5. WSHP is on its 5th halt of the morning. It's halted up twice, halted down twice. Wow. Now it's halting up. Well, this one's an up halt. But look at how this is unusual actually for one of these stocks, Carlos. That it's moving in a range. Normally you don't see halts when moving in a range. Look at this. All these halts are in the same area. That's weird. That's very weird. That's
very weird. That's very unusual, yeah. Especially when the last 2 halts were to the downside. Here and here. Yeah. Somehow people still believe in it, so brought it back up. That's very rare actually.
A little strange.
Yeah, we don't see that.
Anyway, but to the point you're making earlier, the payouts. Look at that. It's so awesome. And this is just the active accounts. I mean, obviously this doesn't represent all the. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have a lot of paid accounts you can see listed down below, and we've paid I don't know how many dozens of people over the last several years as they've been successful. Now let's not get it wrong. Not everybody makes money, right? There's these are just those that did successfully complete the challenge and were able to get a payout check at the end of it. But that's the challenge. That's the objective, right? Can you be one of those that demonstrates trading maturity and gets a payout? That's why we're happy to pay on it, because we want to help develop mature trading. And the more that do, the better it is overall for the industry, for the market, for you. So Go for it.
Here is
Make
some
it
of
happen.
the and this is overall payouts. Here's some of the ones that have gotten a payout from our boot camp. Look at that, Brian, 10K, Pandu, 3K. These are profits, right? So they did very, very well with their learning at the P Capital Bootcamp, and have been able to cash out. I mean, that's awesome. You came in.
This is just the last boot camp, right?
I think so. Yeah, you came into the boot camp. You learn your strategy, and then you make 10K. So you pay for your boot camp, and then have some money left over, and now you have a strategy you can actually go and make money on. Come on now.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Even if you got 1,800,
I mean,
I'm happy with that. I'm pay for education, get 1,800 back, and learn how to, trade going forward. Can't beat that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So check it out, guys. So looking forward. We start May 4th. May the 4th be with you. We start May 4th. So if you're interested, join, and we'd love to see you there. And if you're not ready for this one, you can join the next one that starts up, right? If you need more time. So we'd love to have you guys there. Someone asked what happened with Danya. I said yes. I know you guys remember Danya was up like 140,000. So what happened is, and again, this just shows you what a great trader they are. This person's a really good trader. They were up 140,000, but in the system we noticed that there were some trades that they took that were short, that were hard to borrow. So that means in reality, they will have never been able to take those shorts in real life, right? And we want to simulate real life trading as much as possible. So we just removed those wins from that. It's not going to affect their payout. Their payout is max 10,000 anyways. So we wouldn't affect their payout. But we removed those just to make the number more realistic on what actually can happen, right? You can't short Bird from 29. There's no inventory to short that thing, right? And that's usually probably an example of what they could have done. But still, you come in here and you look at their account, and I'm still watching my NVDA trade, guys. We're just above break even here. Hopefully can break higher. You look at their account, and this is awesome trading. I mean, 33,000 in profits. They took a little bit of a dip here, but for actually, I think this was when they removed those orders. But they did very well. They're doing very well, right? A lot of wins here. 84% winning days, right? Average of 8-9 trades, so a little bit high on the high side, but still really good performance, right? So they're doing awesome. They're doing really good. Here's our calendar. You can see how the days add up. My screen is acting very, very flickery. I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's just me. But yeah, look at their account. You click on the account name here. You could get more details on their trades. They did very, very well. So shout out to them for that. And they're finishing up soon, so they'll be on the payout list very soon as well. So very nice. There's some new names coming up there, which is nice. Nice to see. Can we find out who is that? I don't know. Are they here? Let's type in. Is Danya here? I don't know who that is. Are you getting that too? Okay. So let me know, because then we gotta let somebody know if you're getting that flickering. I thought it was just me because I'm running so many things. But if it's flickering for you too, then we'll let the guys know. Hey, there's something funky happening. Oh, it's you guys too. Okay. All right. Well, we'll send a note on that. That should not be happening. All right. Let's see here. All right. We're in NVIDIA. Got off to a great start, and now we're going sideways. UBTS sideways, SMR sideways, Tesla trying to recover from the lows.
Seems like after yesterday's, not surprisingly, by the way, after yesterday's excitement, we're moving sideways. 10 minutes is coming up here on WSHP. It should reopen right now. There it is. It just reopened.
All right, let's see here.
And spiked higher. So here we go. Let's see. Is it going to go through 40 now? That is crazy.
I think it's going to go higher.
I love these things. I love these crazy stocks, man.
Yeah. 2 holds to the downside. You didn't sell off.
There you go.
That's
40. Wow. That's nuts. That's just.
Yeah. If you look deeply for each trade, you'll find that he always added into a trade, which means in real money is very, very hard to. Oh, adding into trades? I don't know, because I know a person that adds into trades a lot. We know a person, right? Paris does that, but again, I haven't looked into their trades like one by like in a lot of details. So I'll take your word for it. But yeah, some of those strategies that people do, you know, they're difficult. Man, that halt came fast. They go through 40, but didn't stick with it at all. So halted again here. All right, NVIDIA. Wow, today's not my day. My stop 196.80. We might be out of this here if it hits that. But today I'm just not in sync with the market. Today is not the day. So we're back in the red here. We're back below the previous, the VWAP. MU giving some back. We're in just this choppy situation. AMD losing it. We got SPYs selling off a bit. Yes, it is. All right, let's see if we can hold 96. 196.80 is my stop. So we'll bail on if we get there.
Wow. Okay. WSHP hit $40 and it spiked actually higher and then immediately dropped lower into another halt.
Yes.
Now, last time they held it for 10 minutes. I'm not sure if they'll hold it for 10 minutes again because it is a downside halt versus an upside halt. But again, look at this. Look, the weirdness continues on WSHP because, again, it halted to the downside almost at the exact same spot it halted to the upside.
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
You don't normally.
It's kind of like using it as support in a way.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's very weird.
Anyways,
yeah.
Fun to watch. But, you know, there's a good example. I mean, unlike Bird that actually traded fairly smooth and steady yesterday, WSHP is more what you see on these things where they're just wacky and erratic. So
Yes. All right, we'll see here. Still an NVIDIA long, guys. 196.80 is my stop. So we're getting pretty close. Let's see if we survive the pullback. But man, just a choppy day for me. There were some plays. There were some good plays, but I missed all of them today.
all right.
So we'll see NVIDIA. Trying to hold the VWAP, but my hopes of it breaking out of here are very slim. It's having a really tough time, so I don't think it's gonna do it.
Are getting crushed?
Yeah, my dreams are getting crushed by NVIDIA and MU. I'm gonna put them on the ban list.
I'm sort of happy today not to have a trade. I mean, I would have liked the Tesla short. I still think that would have been a great short. But oh well, you know, I didn't quite get it.
432 likes. How do we do that? That's a lot. You guys are awesome. Was it the drinks, the bottles? I got people excited. 432 likes, guys. So thank you. Well, somebody unliked it. Sorry, I wasn't happy with that, but thank you either way. That's good. That's good numbers. It's great numbers. Tesla, what? TES 500? Are you trying to say Tesla 500 or TS 500? What is that? Oh, you want to push to 500 likes. Yes, that'll be awesome. $500 will be awesome. All right, let's see if NVIDIA can do something. See if NVIDIA can save the day. This will be my last trade, though. I feel exhausted from these trades. Jeez. I feel exhausted. Has anyone that I would love to see someone that received a free funded account on this board. That'd be nice. Would love to see someone from the YouTube, the Lambos and Garbage Truck family get that get on that board. the funded account. I received a great email yesterday from one of our bootcamp members that we just finished, and I'll read it to you. So this definitely made my day yesterday. See if I can find it here as we wait for NVIDIA to make our day. NVIDIA struggling. Oil me up. That's funny. Hey, did I lose it? Guess I lost it. Oklo garbage. Is Oklo not treating you well? Is Oklo treating you like my NVIDIA? Let's look at Oklo. I have it on my secondary here. Oklo. It's a great short. I mean, you're probably calling it garbage. You trying to take a reversal, Sumanti. Yeah, I could see that garbage, but it was a great short out of the open. So not bad in that sense. But yeah, I could see if you're trying to reverse this one, it's giving you a tough time. Richard says, Eamon's book, so good. Really enjoyed it. Awesome. And Eamon's a smart dude. Eamon is really a smart trader.
Yes.
So I'm sure his book, I haven't read it yet, but I'm sure his book is going to be great. Or is great. Oh, my BE that was from 2 days ago, I believe, right? My BE trade? That was 2 days ago. Or was it yesterday? I can't remember. But yeah, I was right. See, I was right.
No, it was
just
yesterday.
A day later.
A day later.
A day later. I was right.
$1 short, eh?
Yeah, a day later. I was right. Thank you for reminding us. Who was that? Brian.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's that helpful, but you know.
I don't think that helps or counts, but we was right. Damn it, like it or not. Trader Alex, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, this is like the hangover from yesterday, right? We got all high yesterday and we're all partying, and today's the hangover, sideways action. Not as exciting. Everything is calm. Hangover day. So yes. Thanks. Al sent me an email yesterday with reversal hockey, the power of the community. He's like, hey, I heard you talking about YouTube reverse position hockey, and he sent me a whole script there, which I'm going to try later. So thank you, man. I appreciate that. Very nice. All right, come on, NVIDIA. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's see if it's going to do it now. Going back up here again. Trying to get the move going. Right, here it is. The real deal, top of the morning. You in Hawaii? Let's see here. Did we all talk about Burr stocks? Yes, we did talk about the Burr stock for sure, for sure. We did. Not so hot today though. Today it's all about the WSHP that's creating havoc. WSHP is creating havoc today. Okay, finally we're getting something going here. Here it is. Found it. Let me show you guys this email. NVIDIA's going to make us work. NVIDIA's going to make us work to the end here. AMD level 2 burst stuff. Carl, can you provide me with some information on your trading policies? I'm ready to sign into the funded account. Also, you mean policies for the funded account? Oh, I got you, my friend. It's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. And I can give you the link where all the information is listed there. So you can head over to that link and get everything that you need to know. We have everything very detailed out, some of the policies on here. I'll give you the link here, bearbertraders.com/funded. Okay, so there it is. Yeah, man, pretty straightforward. And I think understanding the account is very important, right? The point of the account, the funded account, is to find out if you're ready to eventually start your own account, right? Trading your own account, which is it's going to be so important now because, as you guys know, the PDT rule is going away. Right, this is big. So, and again, the PDT rule is gonna be big for people that, for example, let's say you have $15,000, which is not, hey, $15,000 is $15,000, right? Well, guess what? With $15,000, you cannot day trade in and out every day, right? You just can't do it. There's restrictions on being able to day trade $15,000. Even if you have a cash account, then you have to wait for it to clear. It's a mess, right? With the PDT rule going away in 40-something days, right? It might take a little bit longer, but I really think Interactive Brokers and Schwab, they're going to do this like day 46. 46, they're going to be ready to go. They want that business, right? They don't want that business going to offshore. They don't want to go into other brokers. They're going to want those accounts with them. So what's going to happen is, now with $15,000, even if you don't use margins, you have a margin account now, but even if you don't use margins, you can go in and out. You can buy $5,000 of shares, sell them, cover, sell with no restrictions, and it's available instantly. That right there is a game changer alone. Forget about margins. That's what people want. People want to be able to open and close positions at will, at a small amount. And that's what you don't have right now. Even with $15,000 with a cash account, even if you're not using margins, you can't do that, right? You'll be able to do that now. So that right there alone is game changing. There's going to be some restrictions on leverage and what stocks you can trade. They were not too specific. I think they're going to leave it to the broker to protect themselves. But forget about using margins. Just using $5,000 of actual buying power that's within your account limit, your equity, is gold, because you can get in and out easy now. You don't have to wait for that $5,000 to clear in the next day. So that right there is beautiful. But this is going to benefit the people that actually know how to trade, right? If you don't know how to trade, this is not going to help you. This is not going to help you. So the funded account is a great way to, one, get ready for that. Let's see, am I ready to take my $15,000 in day trade, right? Because you could do it now. We'll give you $12,500, right? $50,000 of buying power. See if you could trade. See if you could, in the next 90 days, can you grow that to something, right? And that's in the profitable area. And if you could, then go ahead, try trading a real account with the lessons you learned there. And if you can't make money there, then it's going to be tougher to make it in a real account. So I think that's the most important thing. Understand what the account is for. It's not an account. It's not a funded account where you're going to be getting payouts weekly. It's not a prop firm account. You want to do that. There's prop firms that do that. This is to prepare you. Say, hey, I passed this 90-day challenge, and I actually got this right up here. I passed this 90-day challenge. I become profitable even with $5,000, $3,000, $2,000. Then that's a good sign that you can actually, take those lessons and apply it to your actual account, right? But if you can't do that, then that's where you get in trouble. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot from yourself as a trader. This puts a little bit of skin in the game. right? It's not just a simulator. Simulator is hard to get that psychological skin in the game. And we get tons of emails from people that end up blowing up their account. And the first thing they say, wow, they realized that they were not ready. They learned a lot of the stuff that can actually happen to them, right? That they did not learn from a sim account. You're going to learn that here with that little bit of skin in the game, $300 in the game, skin in the game, you're going to learn something. And then you can try it again and see if you learn your lessons and if you do better, right? So I think it's a great way to do it. All the account rules are on here. You know, no holding overnight, no going below the drawdown of $2,000. I think it is 2,500. Read the rules. Oh, they're all listed here. No stocks under $5. There's a bunch of things here you have to read to make sure you stay in line. And again, not unreasonable stuff. Very easy to follow. So check it out, man. I think it's a great tool, and I think it's a must before you go open up your own broker account. And what a great time to do it. Start it now and see if you're ready when the PDT rule gets removed. So I think it's awesome. Has anyone gotten a max payout twice? Yeah, we have someone right now. I think they just finished their account. Kyle got the first one, and he's on the running for the next one. I think they allow just two times for you to get the payout. I believe I read that in the policy, 2 or 3 times. I read that somewhere. But again, don't quote me. Read the policy. But yeah, but Kyle is our guinea pig. We're testing him. Let's see how Kyle does. And he's doing very well. Very well. So check him out. Here it is. I'll show you. Here's the first payout he got. Right? So this is Kyle. First time he did it. And then there's another one I believe he just finished. It might not be on here, but it's another payout he's getting. So yeah, there's it's happening. All right, what needs to happen is this NVIDIA trade. Can you give us something? Give us some love. Give us some love. Let's see. Looks good. Looks like it wants to actually break out. All right. Profit is everything we make above 50K. No, profit is everything you make above 12,500, which is your equity, right? 50K is the buying power. Your equity is 12,500. Anything above that, up to 10,000, you get. You get up to 10,000. Andrew will pay you out. So some people make, 5,000, 6,000. Some people just make 1,200. Not everybody gets the full payout, but even 1,200 is nice. You pay for your funded account. You learn that you can actually trade. You learn from some mistakes, and why not? Get paid to get practice and experience in a trading environment. It's awesome. All right, friends, and here's that email. Let me block some names here. Actually, it doesn't have his last name on here, so I think we're okay. Yeah, I don't see his last name anywhere here, but he's one of our bootcamp members, and they came in. I was following up on them and hey, how they're doing, such and such, and thanks for getting back to me. And the strategy, he did a set of strategies, and he's happy to report it became a profitable trade book by the end of bootcamp. And then he loves the show and all that good stuff, right? But that's awesome. I was very happy to hear this from one of our bootcamp members. And it's just incredible, So that's the best reward we can get, really. Besides that thumbs up on YouTube, that's the second best thing we can get. Is you guys doing awesome. So nice. So good job, Andre, on that, and love to see your success going forward. He's watching. If I had to buy a new one, there's one by there's one on there. I'll look it up and I'll put it in chat for you. That looks pretty similar to mine. It's a lot more fancier. It's got more bells and whistles. The Racer gaming pad is the one that's the closest to what I have. Actually, pretty close. $120. Jeez. I bought mine for like 20. Like 20 years ago, but still. Mine is very similar to this one here. There's a lot more fancier. It's got colors and lights. I don't have all of that, but it's exactly the same setup. So that's the one I would get if I had to buy one. Here you go. There it is. Hopefully that works. Send you the Amazon link. Hey, Carlos, in the funded account, can you not trade hard to borrow? Yes, you cannot trade hard to borrow stocks. So it mimics the Interactive Brokers availability to short stocks, right? So if, for example, Bird is not available for short, it's not going to be available for short in the funded account, right? So we want to mimic actual live opportunities. Carlos, historical NVIDIA win rate is 5% for me. Maybe I should stop. Yeah, if it's 5% with NVIDIA, it's maybe you want to put that on your ban list for now. But the strategy is more important. Like, what's the strategy you're trading on? I think that's going to be more important, right? Maybe that strategy on NVIDIA might not be good, right? So, but 5% is very low. I would definitely. Well, let me ask you, what is it on other tickers with the same strategy, right? Apples to apples. If it's higher, much higher, then yeah, I wouldn't trade NVIDIA no more. It'll go on the bag. It will go on the ban list for sure. For sure. No, you can't hard to borrow with Interactive Brokers. That's not a thing. Centerpoint, if they're still around, I used to locate short inventory with them, but that's expensive. Short locate is very expensive because you got to pay for that, right? And with Interactive Brokers, you can't do that. I don't think you could do that with Thinkorswim. At least I don't know the option to do that. So a lot of brokers don't allow that to short locate. You know. But you could long hard to borrow. Oh, sorry, I thought you said something else. Yes, you could long hard to borrow stocks, of course. And you can short SSR stocks too. Yeah. Just got to sit on the ask. So yes, you could do that. NVIDIA grinding higher, getting to 198. Hoping this turns into something. Or just taking our time, slightly moving higher and higher. No, I wouldn't wait below the. My original stop was 196.80. This has taken so long that I will probably get out maybe 196. Actually, even earlier, man. To be honest, I want this to be done already. It's taking so long. So I would say probably break even is my stop now, right? We're in the green. Would like to see a little bit more, but I'm not letting it come back to 196.80. No, not doing that. I'd rather get out of break even. Right? I'd rather get out of break even. So hopefully this turns into something. Let's see.
I'm busy shopping for washing machines, Carlos. I'm not
Oh,
trying.
no, it's okay, man. That's important. That's important.
You realize how you depend. You just have this assumption that I can wash clothes whenever I want to, and then suddenly you can't, and you're like, oh, now what do I do?
Yeah. Yep. 100%. That's important. All right, we hit 198.01 and turned around on NVIDIA.
Yeah, 198.01.
What are your trading fees in the funded account? Go ahead, say it.
I said that's crazy that you that 198.01 is the high of day on NVIDIA. Like it's NVIDIA's been in a $2 range all day.
Just horrible.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Yep.
pretty quiet here today.
Look at that NVIDIA back selling off. I mean, yeah, it's just stuck in a range, man. There's nothing happening. Let's see here. What do we have? Thoughts or questions. What are the trading fees in the funded account? I think they mirror Interactive Brokers fees. So there are commission fees. So it emulates the actual trading, right? So you gotta account for that. You can't be going crazy. It's taking 100 trades a day for like a penny. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work in the funded account. It's not gonna work in real life. You're gonna end up profitable. You're gonna look at your cost of operations, and you're gonna be shocked. And if you do that, PLTR VWAP, sure. Casco Canata. For Peter.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
okay.
right.
Watch me.
Costco Canada.
Oh, Canada is it's not a brand. It's
Dan,
a place.
You're no, it's a place. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Prereq. So usually if I take a partial, that's when I move my stop to break even. So in this case, we'll just usually my plan is just let it run, stick to our stop and try to get to the 1-2 Rs above that. But this is taking so long that I'm just willing to move my stop to break even. But I really should just kind of let it play out, see what happens. But we are in chop. Here's a 5 minutes, bigger time frame. It's just we got in good momentum and we just say, we're gonna just stick around here for a whole nother. Not an hour, but about 30 minutes since we've been in this trade. So let's see. I see some big ask over on Market Atlas at 197.75. Let's see if we could break through that. Let's see. No, I don't want to add to this. If we get a cushion, if we get a partial and get a cushion and we drop lower, maybe I would consider adding, which is not my first go-to. But right now, I just want to get the breakout. Let's get a breakout. Let's get to high of the day, which is 198.01. But then we'll love maybe previous day close will be awesome. Like we get previous day close, all sins are forgiven for NVIDIA if we get to previous day close. And it can cover the sins for MU as well. It can cover the sins for MU also for today. So let's see if NVIDIA can save the day. CM, me too, man. In bids, Absolutely. I'm with you. Do they mirror IB? I think it's pretty close. I don't want to say if it's exact, but I think they mirror what IB does. With certain restrictions, right, to make the funded account more reasonable and realistic.
Right.
All right, we're here before on NVIDIA. We were here before. What's different now? What's different? Oh, okay, something's different now. Okay, good. Something's different. Very nice. 9198, 15. I feel like you wasted. No, I can't say wasted. I feel like you're taking so much of my attention that you need to give me like 4 Rs on the first partial. I feel like you need to compensate me for how much I looked at you here as I'm holding on to this long. That's obviously completely kidding on my part, but it feels that way.
Feels that way.
Like, you gotta reward me big. All right. Let's see. All right, friend. What else? Any questions? Anything else, guys? Got some good questions here. Very good. Anything else? What's happening? Anything taking place? NVIDIA bits on Market Atlas. I'm looking at it now. Looks good. I know they've been struggling, but it does look bullish. All right. Now it's the time. Now it's the time, NVIDIA.
AMD is moving higher. Come on, NVIDIA. You're up over 198. Let's go for Carlos.
Yes.
Go for Carlos.
That's it. I think realistically, 198.30. Realistically is where I should take a partial here. Because I'm looking at, and if you're on the one I'm high, I'm just coming up with that random number. I'm just looking at the pre-market, and I see there's like a resistance right here. I think a previous day close will love that, but I think that's too far for me to wait for a partial. Let's be realistic. We might get it here, guys. All right, let's focus in. Let's lock in, friends. Partial after like an hour. Felt like an hour. Yes. Come to daddy. Can we say that? Is that okay? Or is that gonna... Is that all right?
Why not? Why not?
Okay, good. Good. I'm gonna suggest to YouTube, and they should pay me for this. I'm gonna suggest filters, sensitivity filters, right? Depending on how you feel, put a filter on there, and then it'll block that word. You know, it'll block that word on your end. Then you can select how big you want your filter to be, right? From mature to like G-rated. You can select what you feel comfortable with. There'll be some Fridays where if you put G, you're probably going to hear the, is, from, how. You're not going to hear other words in between. They're going to be blocked. Yep. Especially if we're talking about politics, the whole channel is just going to turn off on you. They're not going to pass anything through. Oh, my goodness. Good times we live in. All right, partial NVIDIA, friends. Mojito, take care, my friend. Good to see you here in chat. Candy, I love that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Candy says, if we can say come to mama, we can say come to daddy. I'm so with you. Man, you got tons of brownie points from my end. Yes. Love it. All right. NVIDIA holding on here nicely. Still looking very bullish on the Market Atlas. Not as much as earlier, but still looking like it can continue. Netflix moving. Netflix earnings is... Did it happen already? Did I? No. I thought they were coming up this week. Did we miss it? Or is it today? Let's take a look. TradingTerminal.com, friends. Tonight after the close, yeah, because we looked at this schedule early in the week, and I knew it was this week. I just didn't know if it was morning or night. Okay, so tonight. All right, so this will be fun tomorrow, guys. Netflix earnings after the close today. So yep. That's going to be interesting. Here's their daily. Beautiful comeback over the last couple of days. Right over here. Oh, no, right over here. Here it is. So beautiful comeback here. Nice gap up. That Warner Brothers situation behind rearview mirror for them. So they're done with that. And let's see tonight what they do. 401. Okay, so I'm sure the close will be talking about that today when they go on. Peter, you're going to be covering that at the close in the chat room? Most likely at 401.
We'll be talking about it. Yeah.
So, yes, that will be discussed. All right, so we're getting a little bit of resistance out here, 198.30, which is kind of expected because of that this pre-market area right over here show you a little bit closer. We did have a little bit of resistance right on here. So not saying it's going to turn around, but you kind of got the stutter step. Also hold dollar number 198.30, right? You're going to have a little bit of a stutter step there. Let's see if we can move towards that previous day close. That would be awesome. But we won't let this come back down. We start heading towards that 198.15-ish, and I'll be aggressively taking some off here if we can. But let's see, guys. Looking pretty good right now. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, 10:52. It is time for our giveaway. It is time. I'm trying to think what the hashtag today would be, Peter. What do you have in mind?
Oh, well, I don't want to say it because then people will start putting it in.
Oh, text it to me.
Yeah, maybe I should do that.
Let's see. 500 likes. Did we get 500 likes? You guys are great, man. 495. That's really good. That is really good, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Set up that giveaway here. I'm going to take another partial here. Let's see. I don't want to see it go lower than this. This could be a good pullback to go higher, but I don't want to see it start doing a downtrend on NVIDIA, guys. I want to see it go up. Try to break that again. If we struggle to break this here, then I'll take another partial because we might be. Oh, you guys are the best. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Washer would have been a good one, but that's not it. But that would have been a good one. I thought about it. I'm not going to lie. It's funny how we all think alike on what it could possibly be. But this one's more trading related. And I see some people already might have it here. Okay, it is all-time high. Hashtag all ATH. All-time highs. ATH is the hashtag for today, guys. So let's see who our winner is going to be. All right, let's go. We'll give that a second. So hashtag ATH. No, ATH, like all-time highs. All-time high. For our good buddy, the spy. Come to daddy. That could have been another good one. Come to daddy. Or come to mama. All right, let's see, guys. Oh, did it? Yeah, it is working. Okay.
You got it going? Are we running yet?
Yes, we got it going. Hashtag ATH.
ATH, guys, all-time high.
All-time high,
baby.
it's running.
Market and record. The markets are in record territory. Hashtag ATH. Not many people joining so far. Come on, let's do it.
Yes.
Wow,
All right, let's see here. Wow,
AMD.
I'm gonna take another partial here, guys, just in case. Come on, get up there. 198.
I am not shorting AMD. No, I haven't taken a trade yet today. I'm a little distracted, I'll admit. It's amazing, Carlos. I mean, appliance sector better than I do. Having sort of worked in that. It's amazing to me how years. Like I'm looking at the appliance prices. They are identical everywhere. There is no variability. Yeah. It's like you can't price comparison shop. If you actually look at the same model, it is the exact same price. Yeah. Everywhere.
You looking for the exact same model, a brand and everything somewhere else?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you go to Costco or Home Depot or Rona or Lowe's, as you guys would call it, or I go to like a local, the Canadian appliance source who I've bought from before. Same price. Yeah. Same price. The only difference is all of the big box stores are going to take a week and a half to deliver. And I know from having done that, their delivery estimates are only estimates. I trust this local company, the Canadian appliance source. They will deliver in 2 days. Here, man. Yeah. Show up. So, but anyways. Yeah. But yeah, I thought, comparison shop. No, there's no point. Find the model you want. You got to do a little research to figure out what model you want, and then Just find it. Same price.
Yeah. Just
Anyway.
go to the store you want to do business with. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
They
All right,
protect
is nobody
it, man.
getting into this is nobody wanting the free account today? Maybe my chance.
Know.
This is my day to win. What's going on? Only 14?
That is weird. Only 14.
Guys,
Only 14.
Hashtag ATH. If you want a chance to win, today's your day, man. Nobody's entering. We got a record number of likes. I know you people are out there. Come on, do it. Hashtag ATH.
No, not H.
If you want into the draw.
A,
no,
as in
not H.
alpha.
A. All-time high. ATH. A is an apple. ATH.
Batswain is funny. He's like, roll it.
What's happening?
You're not even in it.
Why is everybody putting HTH? That is incorrect. ATH. What is wrong? I don't understand.
Is the feed delayed? This is funny. I've never seen this before. What's going on?
I don't understand. What's happening? I'm very confused. And like everybody's putting HTH. What is happening? Wrong. ATH. What? Why are you guys doing this? I don't understand. I'm very confused.
This is great.
What the hell?
So, Anthony, welcome. I don't know how you decided to join after seeing that we can even run a giveaway here, but welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family.
Yeah, look,
friend.
I mean, all right.
Good to have you.
If nobody wants our free giveaway, that's okay. That's
Oh, is ATH black? No, it can't be black. Oh, is oh, is that blocked?
What's happening? Is this why? Why is it blocked? Who blocked it?
Who blocked that?
I don't know.
Oh, ATH must be blocked. Maybe Abiel blocked that. Why did he block ATH? What does that mean? It is blocked. Only me and you have it in here, man.
Oh, no wonder. Are we gonna? Is that why? Is that what's happening?
It's not blocked, so I don't see anybody else typing Alpha Tango Hotel.
Do we need to change it, Carlos? If it's blocked, what?
Yeah, it is blocked. It's not coming up for anybody else now.
All right.
We got to change it. We're going to have to change it, yeah. Yeah, no, Matt, props. I think it's blocked because I don't see nobody typing in Alpha Tango Hotel.
That's weird. Okay, I don't know why that's blocked. That's weird.
That's what it is.
Does it mean something else in like the
Urban
Dictionary that I'm not aware of? Yeah. Maybe it means something bad that we're not aware of.
Now I'm curious. I'm going to have to Google that. All right, let's change it up. Another news, NVIDIA is rocking. That was interesting. Let's do it again. So, Jess, you got to be part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. It's kind of like a thank you for those guys for supporting the channel. So if you go on YouTube and you join Lambos and Garbage Truck, you can do the hashtag that I'm going to redo now. And we're going to remove that ATH unless it means something out of this world, which I cannot understand. I'll have to Google that.
I Googled it. It just says it stands for either all-time high or the horror. Neither one is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
The horror is great. We definitely want to use that. The humanity.
Anyways. The humanity. Yeah. Anyways. Okay.
All right. We're going to go with hashtag washer.
Washer.
The second runner-up. Hashtag washer.
Why not?
Washer. I'm in. Me and Peter are in.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. See,
definitely.
look at that.
Look at everybody joining now.
Definitely was
there
blocked.
You go. That was weird.
Nick. Ashani, welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck. Great to have you. We got a couple of people that joined. Let's go to that first. Here, let's see. Who do we have? So we have. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. We have Ashani just joined. Welcome. We have Howard joined earlier, so welcome as well, my friend. And who else we had? We had another member here, Anthony. Anthony also joined the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. So welcome, guys.
Awesome. Like to see that.
Love to see that. All right, this is working now.
That's better.
See? I was concerned, like, wow, people don't want our funded account. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Carlos, NVIDIA, you've gone green.
I know. I'm about to take another partial now, friends. So here it is, another partial on NVIDIA, guys. Beautiful. What a way to end the trading. That I didn't think we were gonna get this move, but we are getting it here. And what a lovely thing to watch, man. The wait was worth it. Really was. All right, here it is, a winner. 127 entries, 93 Lambos and Garbage Truck members with the hashtag Washer. And let's pick the winner. Goes to, wow, JC Trader 81, a good buddy of ours, always in chat, always active. My friend, your turn has come.
That's right.
Because he's been trying to win for a long, long time.
All right.
Every day he says it's my day, it's my day. Today is your day. So congrats. No, he hasn't won like 5 times. No. I think it's the first time he wins. So congratulations. Sweet, sweet, sweet. You just see him a lot. You see his name a lot because he's always chatting. He's always chatting. So congrats, man. Good to see you. Awesome stuff. All right, friends. I do see our good buddy Eamon. How are you today?
Hey, Carlos, I'm doing good. I mean, life-wise, all good. Trading-wise wasn't my day. But can't be green every day.
Yeah, it was a rough day today, man.
That's too bad.
Yeah, can't be green every day.
It
was a rough day. NVIDIA finally paid off now, but it was not an easy day. Look at all the waiting we did. It's just insane. So
I haven't taken a trade yet, so nothing for me.
Yeah.
AMD does look like it's topped here, but I'm not taking it short. It's still the...
Yeah, I already gave it a short attempt. It did not end up well.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't like it here. So okay.
Wow.
I may be sitting on another day with no trades. We'll see. The market's moving higher. We might hit a high sometime early afternoon, which would give me an opportunity to short. We'll see.
Yep. Friends, we'll leave you with Eamon. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Take care, everybody.
Well, have a good day, guys.
All right.
And YouTube, hello. How are you guys doing today? I mean, your book is great. I'm reading it slowly. Tons of valuable information. Thank you, MS Logic. Remember, I would recommend going through it a couple times. First time, just read it to get the overall idea. Then go over it a second time, chapter by chapter, doing all the homeworks and trying to implement everything that is written in the book. That's the best way to get the most value out of it. Bimparas, you get NVDA late long. That wasn't a bad one. I rushed my trades today. Couple trades at the open. One of them was break even. The second one was a loser. I'll share with you guys my trades in a bit. And I'll show you what happened. Overall, I don't think that I broke any rules. I think both trades were good. But sometimes it's just not working, right? Yes, of course. I'll share the link for the book. Give me a second. So this is basically the book, guys, for those who are new here and those who are not familiar with it. This book is good, is not fully beginner friendly, but if you've read at least Andrew's book, How to Day Trade for a Living, then you can go through this one. I don't go over the basic things like candlestick patterns or just candlestick shapes and level 2 volume price analysis. I mean, these things are covered in Andrew's book, How to Day Trade for a Living. I'd say that this is like the next book that you want to read after you've covered a beginner-friendly book. It's not also so advanced that you're going to get confused about everything that's written around here. But even for advanced traders who've been trading for years, I can tell you that you are going to learn a few new things from here. So if you are a trader who've been trading for a few years already, don't think that this book is not going to help you or that you know everything. Trust me, there is a lot of new information that you are going to learn. Link in the chat, and let's get back. Sorry. There are homeworks. I mean, not exactly homeworks, but kind of, yes. When I explain how to predict the next candlestick, for example, try to follow these steps on any chart real time. Same thing about breakout strategy. Same thing about drawing the ranges, and so on. Thank you, Candy. I really appreciate it. So, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in the market. Let's take a look at the SPY, see what is going to happen. Remember, we talked about this like earlier during the week. We did mention that this is going to be the week of breaking all-time high. We were analyzing the Qs. That's what we usually analyze. And for those who are here with us every single day, you probably noticed that we were saying that the Qs are going to break all-time high. We had a clean level around here. The level got broken to the downside. That's what we call a fake breakout. And after the break, this thing recovered inside the range. That's here what we call a trap. And I knew that after this, there is a huge chance of breaking all-time high. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, does not really matter. But a lot of times after fake break, the price never looks back. And that's exactly what happened around here. Now that we broke all-time high, I think we can have another bullish week next week, hitting maybe $650 area without any pullback on the weekly chart. Obviously, everything could change if we are going to have some negative news. So far, everything looks so good. Daily chart, nice bullish momentum. No bearish wicks on top. That is also a good sign for a long. And I think that it can continue going higher today. The average true range on the Qs is around $10. The lowest possible area around $635. And there is still a lot of room all the way to $645 area. There is still a lot of room for the price to keep going higher. 60-minute chart formed an amazing bull flag pattern. That's an A, that's a B, that's a C, that's the D. Around the level C, we had a bullish engulfing crack setup. So this is amazing for a trend continuation. 60-minute chart, daily chart, weekly chart, both look good for a long. The downside there is on the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart started to move at the low of the day. And since then, there was literally not even a single pullback. A low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, and a higher low. Not a single pullback on the 15-minute chart. So 645 is realistic, but I'd say that we need a corrective pullback on the 15-minute chart. Probably this 15-minute candlestick is going to close bullish, and then we want to see some sort of a consolidation or a reset on the 15-minute chart before the continuation. That would take at least 30 minutes, not less than 30 minutes. If you're looking for a trend continuation on the Qs or on the SPY, or if you're trading futures, looking for NQs or ES, probably you want to wait for somewhere around 30 minutes. 5-minute chart also is breaking our 3 candlestick rule, right? 1, 2, 3. It needs to pull back before the continuation. Anyway, weekly chart is bullish. Daily chart is bullish. 60-minute chart is bullish. All of these time frames are ready. The 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart are not ready. And I guess we are having the exact same thing on the SPY, right? Breaking all-time high. Same thing on this on the daily, same thing on the 60, but overstretched on the 15 and on the 5. That's going to take some time to set up. That's about the SPY and the Qs. Beam Paras is riding the NVDA 920 trend. Not bad. I like it. Following the market, similar price action. Not bad. Hey, Volk, do you trade options? I used to trade options every now and then. But the thing with options is that, one, you cannot trade it on every single stock out there. I mean, you can, but the spread is big. It's not always liquid. If you're trading options, you probably want to do it on the Mag 7. You want to trade options on stocks like Meta, NVDA, SPY Qs, Tesla, maybe Amazon, and you do not want to do it on random stocks. CVX, I don't know, IBM, RBLX. It's not always liquid. That's the main concern about day trading options, obviously. Another thing is that options are volatile. They're kind of leveraged, and the gains are going to be big, but the losses are going to be big as well. If you want to learn how to day trade options, I would suggest you start with top stocks. master day trading stocks, slowly move on to options. I used to trade options for only for leverage. Sometimes I struggle with buying power. I wanted bigger gains, and with stocks I could not do it. So if I found a good setup on options, sorry, on stocks like NVDA, AMD, Tesla, I would go and trade options. But the other thing about options is that it takes a lot of time to open the strike that you need, the right expiration date, find it, calculate it manually, and then jump into the trade. With stocks, it's easy, especially on Dash Trader. You simply double click where you want your stop loss to be, hit the hotkey, everything gets calculated, and you jump in. With options, it takes time, and a lot of times you're going to miss the move. So day trading, focus on stocks. That's my tip. Do you count pre-market trading when you do your daily ATR? Brad, the daily ATR to the long side, according to the formula, is calculated from the low of the day or from the previous day close, whichever is lower. In this case, if you take a look at NVDA, the low of the day is lower. So we will calculate the ATR from the low of the day. Let's say the pre-market was lower. You don't count it. I usually count it at the open because I know that the market needs to pull back, but it's not true. You should not calculate the ATR using the pre-market low. The ATR is calculated from previously close or the low of the day. That's how it's built in the formula. Do you mind going over Tesla? Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla looks good for a long. We didn't mention that yesterday. We rejected a previous resistance that acted as support. We made a new weekly high. But if you take a look at the weekly candlestick, you can tell that this is probably the largest in a while. So the weekly ATR is already hit. Can't expect to run more. It's overstretched. Daily wise, we had the long bar candlestick yesterday. What did we say about long bar candlesticks yesterday when we were talking about it? What happens after long bars, guys? I think we spent like 10 minutes talking about long bars, right? Showing some examples on some different stocks and days from the past. We did mention that normally after seeing a long bar candlestick and lots of momentum, people look for continuation, but that's not true. Why is it not true? It's not because it's an inside day. Not exactly the pullback. After long bars, usually there is a resting day. Exactly, Sultanov. And I give this example. If you go to the gym and you work out every day for 45 minutes, but today for some reason you decided to work out for 2 hours, would you get back to the gym tomorrow to work out for 2 hours again? Probably not. Your muscles are going to be sore. You need some rest. If you see that the stock ran twice the ATR or maybe more on some particular day, you cannot expect that the next day it's going to continue. It needs some rest or it needs some pullback. And if you zoom out the chart, you will notice that every time we have a long bar candlestick, the next day is an inside bar or a pullback day. If there is a long bar candlestick, next day there is a pullback. If there is a long bar candlestick, next day is a pullback or a choppy day or doji or whatever it is. Long bar candlestick, next day bullish day. Long bar candlestick, next day could be a bearish day, could be a long day, but it's a choppy day. Most of the time it's a choppy day. After long bars, usually I trade stocks in two different ways. First way is if I see the market is opening and around the open price, which is up here, there is a bearish setup, I would go for a short scalp play. If after a long bar day the price is oversold, I'll be looking for a reversal play, at least to recover part of the previous day. Market opened, it sold off, not single setup to the short side. Later during the day, it set up for a reversal, but the reversal happened somewhere around midday. I don't like that. If the reversal setup happened somewhere around here, I would have probably given it a try for a reversal. Make sense? So at this stage, it's better to avoid it. It could just simply chop around and mess. It could probably just mess around for a few hours somewhere around here. You don't want to chase it. Trade it around the edges or maybe look at it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think we could have small continuation depending on how the hourly chart is going to look like. AXTI. AXTI is amazing. Yes, broke all-time high, beautiful weekly pattern, beautiful daily pattern, overstretched intraday. But you could play continuation, a continuation play if it ends up making a big pullback. I would not touch AHR for a reversal. This stock gapped up a lot, and you can see that it's kind of stuck in a range. There are no levels to play a reversal from. There is room to the upside, there is room to the downside. It's a 50-50 trade. It's like literally a coin flip. You want to be careful about it. Is it okay to use ATR on the main trading chart with RSI? You could do that. You could use it wherever you want, as long as it's not confusing you. Nike for a swing, I don't think it's a bad idea. This thing is sitting around a multi-year low. The only downside is that it's been steadily selling off. I'd say you want to wait for a bottoming price action. You do not want to go for a V reversal for a swing simply because it's sitting around the bottom. When I swing trade stocks, I want to see them uptrending over the long run and then they're dumping. So we see a clear trend over the years, and then there is a drop where you want to catch the continuation. You do not want to see something steadily selling off during the years, trying to catch the bottom on it without a reversal pattern. That was a good entry for a swing, and that was a good entry for a swing, obviously. But this does not look like it. So let me walk you through the trades that I have taken today. My first trade for the day was on AMD. If you take a look at AMD, you can see that we have this level at 266.70-ish. That's all-time high. And I also noticed that the price squeezed from 200 straight to 266 without any single pullback. It also was overbought on the daily chart. Straight move without any single pullback all the way into the level. Now, I knew that it had some good news today, but I thought that we are going to get at least a small all-time high rejection, and we're going to get a pullback. It also broke the 3 candlestick rule. 1, 2, 3 on the 5-minute chart, and that told me that this thing needs to pull back. Now, I waited to see what we are going to have after the market open. Market opens, breaks, instantly recovers, and I thought that, okay, this here is a trap. We are breaking all-time high, and right after the break of all-time high, the price sells off. So I played it to the short side with a wide stop loss. I added with the momentum, moved my stop loss to the middle, which is basically my break-even area. The moment I saw it flagging, I cut my trade. That was a break-even trade, and no regrets. No regrets on this thing. So you could see that it actually needed the pullback and there was a rejection, but the rejection happened a bit later. This is what I was looking for. I was looking for an average around here, original stop loss around here, and that was approximately a 30-cent stop loss, right? $1.30 stop loss. And I looked for a target of the 20 moving average on the on the 5-minute chart. Why specifically the 20 moving average? In the book I mentioned it. It's considered the actual low of the future range, and it was around the pre-market high. That was around $3.50, more or less, which is almost 3 hours. That's the move that I was looking for. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Cut it out at break even. Literally no regrets. This thing is slowly grinding higher. Now, the next trade that I played, and that was my loser for the day, was Apple. I tried a reversal play on Apple. This is what I mentioned on Tesla. We have a long bar candlestick on the previous day. After long bar candlestick, two ways to play it. Either at the open, if there is a short setup, we can go for a downtrend. Either if it sells off, you wait for a reversal play and you catch the reversal. Now, Reversal plays could be played between 9:45 and more or less 10:30ish. And then there are reversal setups after 10:30ish. Reversal setups that are forming before 10:30ish, I trade them on the 1 minute chart. I usually look for a 5 minute reversal candlestick after a huge sell-off, huge ATR, full ATR, 5 minute candlesticks, with a combination of a double bottom on the 1 minute chart. Obviously, the level was there, slight volume spike, good daily level into the direction of the trend. Everything looked good for this reversal play. Now, look what I usually pay attention to. I care about the last swing high level and the last swing low level. These are the two areas that I usually pay attention to. As long as the price is stuck between the swing high and the swing low, I do not get myself out. I do not love just getting out, jumping in again, getting out, jumping in again, getting out. That's how you blow up accounts. That's how you hit your losses for the day. As long as the price is ranging, you hold through the range. If, for example, the price ended up breaking the swing high, and after the break of the swing high, it goes back inside the range, this is where I would have cut my trade at break even. That did not happen, so I did not cut it at break even. It kept holding during the range and until it finally broke it here. That's it. -1R. I'm done with it. After 10:30ish, how do we play reversals? By spotting double bottoms on the 5 minute chart. So the second re-entry on Apple should have been somewhere around here. I was not sitting in front of my screen at this moment, was taking some break before the YouTube session. But if I were here, I think 261.80 should have been a really good entry for a long play. And these are my two trades for the day. Yeah, break even on AMD and a -1R on Apple. My green streak is done. I think I had around 4 or 5 green days in a row. And I was talking to you guys here on YouTube that the more green days you have, the more likely you're going to have that red day. The more losing days you have, the more likely you're going to have a green day. Why do I mention this? A lot of traders, after hitting a red streak, what do they do? What do you usually do, guys, after you have 3, maybe 4 red days in a row? Anyone? If you had 3, 4 red days in a row, it hits you hard. You get disappointed. You're mad at yourself. What do you do after that? You take a break or you switch to simulator. Exactly. And the moment you switch to simulator, what happens? You get a green trade, or you size down and you get a green trade, right? Some of you revenge trade. That's probably not the thing that you want to do. Well, let's say that you are a good trader who is definitely not going for a revenge trade. Most people, yeah, those who revenge trade definitely blow up their accounts. But let's say that you're a disciplined trader. You're a good trader. You have a good trading system. You're not going to revenge trade. Most of the people in this case, what they do after a red streak, they either switch to simulator or they decrease the share size. But remember that trading is a game of math. If you have a 30% win rate, it means that 30 trades are going to be winners, 70 trades are going to be losers. But you do not know what is the order around here. So the more losing trades you have, the more likely the next trade is going to be a winner. The more losing trades you have, the more likely you want to keep trading with the same share size, waiting for the green trade. Because if you switch to simulator and you start getting the winners, and after the winners you switch back to live, because you get your confidence back, you already had these winners. And statistically, after a streak of winners, you're most likely going to get a loser. Make sense? So probably in simulator, if you're red, you might want to switch back to green, to live. If you are having a huge green streak, you might want to switch to simulator until you get the red trade. Drink whiskey and then all in. Chris, I never tried that, but we'll see. Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. Yeah, we already mentioned Tesla, right? I told you, similar to Apple. Long bar candlestick on the previous day. Sell off after the long bar candlestick. So what do we do? Before 10:30ish, you can play a reversal if there is a double bottom on the 1 minute chart. There it is. That was your entry for a reversal. After 10:30, you need a double bottom on the 5 minute chart, which never happened. In the middle, you want to avoid it. Tesla is probably a stock that is gonna, and anything can happen now. It can either sell off, it can either uptrend. I mean, it's messed up. You probably want to stay away from it right now. Should we trade daily? I do, but it hurts my brain and eyes. I've been doing it for 3 months, never missed a trading day. Matt, no, you shouldn't trade every day. If you feel tired, you probably want to take a break. You know, this is the thing about day trading, and this is the beauty of it. You do not need to come every single day, and you do not need to trade from 9:30 till the market close. Trading gives you the freedom that you are looking for. So take the habit of coming every day at 9:30 trading till the market close. If you feel tired, take a day off. Maybe you survived the day. Missing a day does not necessarily mean that you missed making some money. Trading is more about your personality and about your mindset capability. So if you feel like you're getting exhausted after 1 hour, don't trade for more than 1 hour. If you feel like you're getting tired after trading for 3 days in a row, trade 3 days a week and then take 1 day off. You need to build a trading plan around your personality and around your trading capability. You do not need to push yourself. Do you think we hit highs today in Tesla? I don't really think so. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. Chris, I used to do it. I used to trade from the open till the close when I was learning, but I do not really recommend it. So I'll take a look at NVDA and then we're going to talk a little bit about journaling, guys. NVDA, is it forming an ABCD pattern now on the 5 minute chart? Visually, yes. Visually, that looks like an A, B, C, D pattern. But it's not a good ABCD pattern for a few reasons. What do you guys think? Why is this not a good ABCD pattern? First reason. This is the beginning of the move. That's the end of the move. And when you trade ABCD patterns, you want to see somewhere around 40 to 60% pullback. If you get a pullback less than 40 to 60%, it's probably a bull trap before it makes the actual pullback. Second thing is the 15-minute chart. If you take a look at the 15-minute chart, this thing already had 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks in a row. It needs to, you see, we were just talking about the bull trap. So people see the A, they see the B, they see the C, they see the new 5-minute high. They jump in onto the 5-minute chart, and what's that? That's bull trap. You see a bull flag on a stock that really needs to pull back and jump in, instantly get subbed out. Now that you're going to get subbed out after a bigger pullback, probably it's going to set up for a continuation. Well, that was actually a good live demonstration for that. Now let's talk a little bit about journaling. A little bit about journaling. So this is a sample that I usually share in the Peak Capital Bootcamp, and I also share it with the mentees that I trade with. It's a simple journal that you want to track. I don't love overcomplicated journals where you write down what you did right, what you did wrong, a lot of notes. You're never going to read it back, especially after 1 month, after taking 20, 30 trades. You're not going to look back into that journal. Your journal needs to be straightforward and simple. Something that you open, take a glance at, and you instantly get an idea of what you could improve on. The first thing that I recommend tracking is the time of the day. What time did you execute your trade at? And then break it down. For example, what is my win rate at 9:30 to maybe 9:31? What's my win rate between 9:31 and maybe 9:35? What's my win rate between 9:35 and 9:45? Then what's my win rate between 9:45 and 10:30? Then win rate between 10:30 and 11:30, and after that, anything after 11:30. Next thing, you want to write down the name of the trade and take a screenshot for every single trade that you take. Now, there is a good process to take screenshots. In my opinion, any single trade that you take needs to have 4 different time frames. You want to screenshot the daily chart and have a full data of 3 months on the daily chart. Why is that important? The daily is your primary time frame, in my opinion. It's the time frame that helps you build the bias. Are we going to be more long biased today, short biased, or we have no idea what's going to happen today? You want to always have some sort of a bias looking at the daily chart. For example, why did I like PLTR on this particular day, which was, I think, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday or 2 days ago. I liked it for long because I could see that we are sitting above $130 level, which is the low of the range. Previous day was a bullish day, so that tells me that today there is a high probability of continuing to the upside. So you need the daily chart to build a bias. The 60-minute chart, you need 10 days worth of data. Why is that? Check the overall trend, check the overall pattern, and find key levels. For example, on the 60-minute chart, on this trade that I've taken on PLTR, you can probably notice that there was a reverse head and shoulder setup between the 9th and the 13th of April. 9th of April, there is a first shoulder. 10th of April, the head. 13th of April, second shoulder. So that's a reverse head and shoulder setup, which is a long pattern. Then we break the neckline and we form some sort of a bull flag on the 14th. So the daily chart is telling me long, the 60-minute chart confirms it. 3 months on the daily, 10 days on the 60. 5-minute chart, you need to take screenshot of 2 days, from yesterday's open all the way till today's close. Why is that important? Check the relationship between yesterday and today. You can tell what happened, what's going to happen today based on what happened yesterday. And I can see that on the previous day, there was a strong upwards movement, after which it started consolidating for the rest of the day after hours pre-market. And then in the pre-market, we are breaking this range that it held for like, I don't know, 10 hours or so. And I ended up playing the retest on the 5-minute chart. So the 5-minute chart, 2 days to build the bias. The 1-minute chart is just simply to time the entry, a few hours, and that's enough. So that's what you want to, that's how you want to take your screenshots. Next, you want to track your setup, have different hashtags, breakouts, ABCD patterns, reversals, etc. Your actual PNL. I made 1.5, I made 1, -1, I made 2 hours, whatever it is. This is just an example, okay? And then you want to track how much the stock or how far the price ran before hitting your stop loss. Because maybe you made 1.5 hours, but if you ended up holding it longer, you could have made 3 hours. This will help you see how far your trades run. Because sometimes you tell yourself, I need to hold on longer to my winner. Okay, what would happen if you hold on longer to your winner? Are the stats in your favor? Would you actually make more if you hold longer? Maybe if you end up holding longer, you are going to actually lose money. Maybe most of your trades hit the 2 hours instead of hitting the 3 hours. And that tells you that your average winner is around 2 hours. So that would tell you that for now, at least for the time being, you need to go for small winners. You need to work on better entries. You need to work on adding it to a winning position until you see that this around here gives you better results. Where the higher time frames in your favor, and then any notes, any questions for your trading buddy, for your mentor, or whatever it is. That's kind of the basic type of journaling. Literally the thing that you want to start with, simple, straightforward. In the future, you might want to expand your journal. For example, that's what one of my mentees is running around here. The right rate and the win rate. What's the right rate and what's the win rate? What's the difference between these? The right rate is your bias. It's where do you think the price is going to go today? Let's say that your bias today to play it to the long side is to play it to the long side. And let's say by the end of the day, it actually ended up being a long. Were you right? Yes or no? It doesn't really matter whether you made money or not. This here just tells you that your bias was right or your bias was wrong. The win rate here is your actual trade. Did you make money or you lose money? If your right rate is low, your win rate is naturally going to be low, because sometimes people focus on the win rate. They're like, oh, my win rate is 20%. I need to do something about it. If you are selecting the wrong stock to trade and your right rate is low, it's natural to have a low percentage win rate. And trying to work on entry criteria to increase your win rate is just not going to work. What you need to work on first is your selection. Increase that percentage and only then focus on the win rate. Let's say that your right rate is around 60%, but your win rate is around 20%. Now, this is where you need to focus on your entry criteria. Yes, your bias is really good, but your timing for the entry is really bad. This is where you need to work on the entry criteria. So this is something that you need to pay attention to. You see, when you are journaling, you need to understand what exactly you journal and why you journal it. Some people just take a template from some forums, from some videos, they track some data, and they have no idea why they need this data. They don't know how it is going to help them. You do not need to track tens or hundreds of different criteria and then not exactly know what you need to do with it. You need to understand what exactly you need to track and how it is going to help you. The win rate, to work on it, you need to track a few different things. You need to track your selection. You need to track your execution. You need to track your management. Selection is not only one single time frame. Selection goes on the daily chart. Was it A, B, or C? 60-minute chart, A, B, or C. 5-minute chart, A, B, or C. You could have an A plus daily chart, a daily chart that screams long today. Then you take a look at the 60-minute chart and you have no idea what's happening around here. I mean, yes, the daily chart is long, but where will I play to the long side? I'm confused. The 60-minute chart is messed up. What do I do around here? Then you take a look at the 5-minute chart and you're like, oh, there is a perfect 5-minute ORB. I'm going to play it. So you play it and you lose money. Why? Because you played a 5-minute ORB into the direction of the daily, but the 60 is not ready. The 60-minute chart is so messed up. What does this tell you? It tells you that your selection on the daily was A plus, your selection on the 5-minute chart was A plus, but the selection on the 60-minute chart was a C. Maybe you need to work on your selection on the hourly chart. Make sure that you have at least an A plus 5 and maybe an A plus 60-minute chart. You cannot have a good 5-minute chart, a good daily chart with a messed up time frame in between. After the selection, there is the execution. Execution is your entry criteria. For example, I want to enter only after a fake break. I want to enter only if there is an increasing volume. I want to enter only if there is a break of a level. It depends on your setup. I mean, you work on your setup, you figure out what the entry criteria for your setup are. Let's say that you're a type of trader who is looking for a consolidation, looking for a fake break, price closing as a hammer, new high, and then you play to the long side. Honestly, perfect entry criteria, A+. But let's say that you're following these entry criteria on a C5-minute chart. You do not want to enter into a trade simply because the setup looks good. And this is a mistake that a lot of traders are doing when they start trading. They develop a setup, they develop a pattern, a few entry criteria, indicators that they're tracking, and when everything is there, they jump into the trade. But sometimes you jump into the trade on the wrong stock, or maybe on the wrong 5-minute chart, or on a wrong 60-minute chart. And whatever time frames you're watching, there needs to be at least 3 time frames in your favor. Tracking all these data is going to help you work on your win rate, but only after you are done with the right rate, only after you developed some sort of a setup, only after you figured out what time frame you are doing better at. Anyway, these are just few tips that the basic things that you might want to journal. There is a lot more than that, but at least that's a start, guys. Now let me get back to the chat because I was speaking and talking a lot and I probably missed a lot of things. Beam Paras is looking for AMD reversal. Yeah, it still looks long. Could even go all the way up to 280 today. I'm not going to be surprised. And it could probably continue even tomorrow because we just broke all-time high. After a break of all-time high, you can expect a runner. MU. Yes, I can take a look at MU. Let's take a look at MU. MU is getting closer to all-time high, but we did talk also about it last week. We did talk about it this week, and I'm going to repeat it again. We had a clear trap around here. So MU is going to follow the rest of the stocks, and probably either this week, either next week, we are going to break all-time high. The daily setup looks good enough, not extended. 3-bar play on the daily chart. I like it. Looks amazing for a long. Let's check the average true range. Average true range on MU is around $25. The low of the day is 445. ATR wise, it can continue all the way to 470, which is not at all-time high, but a good level. So yeah, MU can continue trending all the way to 470. 60-minute chart, first, second candlestick. Don't need a pullback on the 60-minute chart. We don't need a pullback on the 15-minute chart. Looks ready. 5-minute chart is a bit overstretched. This was the ideal entry. On the 5-minute chart, you can just simply put a limit entry down here, for example, and if it goes down, it will grab your entry and then target the break of the high of the day. If you end up playing it to the long side around here, you'll probably end up having a really wide stop loss and a bad risk to reward ratio. I think the entry was missed, but it could still pull back and give you an entry that you're looking for. If you end up playing it to the long side around here, you'd probably need a stop loss at least around 454. But I think an entry around 456.50-ish with a stop loss at 454, that's 2.5. Targeting somewhere around 465, that would be somewhere approximately 3.5 hours. Really good. If it gets you stopped out, don't be disappointed. You can always re-enter as it recovers and then ride the next leg up. So yeah, MU long setup for sure. Unfortunately missed the entry. I should have probably read your message a few minutes earlier while I was talking about journaling. But it is going to break the high of the day probably. Let's take a look at Atlas. Atlas is also bullish on this thing. You can see that, right? Almost nothing below and a lot of liquidity ahead. This is a really bullish sign, all the way to 470 that we were talking about. Nothing much above 470, but ATR wise, 470 is a good target. So we have a good setup pattern wise. We have a good setup Atlas wise. Market is overall strong. So unless we get some sudden news, I think you are on the right side. You played it for 157.20. You had the best possible entry on this one. Good job. Well done. IO and Q for a long. Let's see. IO and Q daily chart looks amazing. Broke multi-month level on huge volume, but I think ATR wise it's already overstretched. Let's take a look at that. ATR, IO and Q around $3. Low of the day, $40.41, and we're sitting at 44. This thing is stretched. It can continue going higher, but that's not an edge, right? It's just gambling. Microsoft, what do we have? ATR wise, $10, approximately $8 to $10 can go all the way to 420. Yes, it still has some room to go higher. 60-minute chart looks good. 15-minute chart or 30-minute chart looks good. 15-minute chart, not ideal. A bit stretched, I would say. Maybe B plus selection. Not a bad entry around here for a scalp all the way to 420. I would have preferred an earlier entry or a bigger pullback, but that's okay. Can you check Apple again? Yes. Oh my God. You see, this is what where we're talking that was the ideal second entry on Apple. Again, now it's too late. You want to get your entries around the bottom areas when you play these reversals. I can see that I was so close timing the entry zone, but it's okay. Uh, Chris, thank you. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think about it. Any feedback, any questions, send me an email. How accurate is technical analysis? Should we learn it in more detail for better win rates? 100%. Especially for day trading. Day trading is more technical. It's not fundamental. You see, you probably have seen stocks with the worst possible news. SMCI. Didn't they get bad news because they were selling chips to China on the 20th of March? Next day it squeezed and it's continuing to go higher because news, they say buy the bad news, sell the good news. But anyway, it's not always like that. What moves the market most of the time is the technicals. Why news are important? Why do we care about news, guys? I'm talking about day trading, not swing trading. Swing trading, investing, you obviously need a mix of technical. Oh, thank you, Chris, for correcting me. Anyway, for swing trading, longer term trading, you need the fundamentals. But day trading, why do we need the news, guys? Exactly, we need it for the momentum. I made a webinar at Bearable Traders about stock selection process, and I mentioned that there are three parts for trading for a stock that you want to play. The first part is catalyst. It is important to have a catalyst on a stock that you are about to trade. Catalyst could be earnings, could be some good news, could be bad news, does not really matter. Could even be a good sector, a sector that's in play. For example, tech sector is almost always in play. Right now, the energy sector is in play. That's a good catalyst. And when I say catalyst, it doesn't need to be like right today. For example, I take a look at SMCI and I see that SMCI had huge volume around here 2 or 3 weeks ago. That means that this stock has catalyst. What's moving this stock right now is catalyst. And you can see that based on volume. The volume prior news was flat. There was almost nothing. After these news around here, we're having a spike in volume. So even though there was nothing specific on SMCI today, there were some news on it like a month ago or maybe 2 months ago or whatever. Yeah, around a month ago. So the catalyst is there. The second thing that you need to have when you are day trading stocks is participation. What's participation? Participation is what we call liquidity. Sometimes you could have some news on a stock, but you take a look at the daily chart and you see that there are like 200 shares traded per minute, 500 shares traded per minute, almost nothing. So the catalyst is there, but participation is not there. Not a good stock to trade. You need this, and finally, you need the technical analysis. There needs to be a technical reason to watch this stock, and there needs to be a technical setup to trade it. You cannot day trade without technicals. Pimpara is saying that his longer term portfolio takes a different approach. Analyst ratings, targets, business fundamentals, industry news. Yes, 100%. For longer term trades, you do not just want to buy it because it's sitting around some particular level or that it's breaking some level. It needs to be a combination of technicals plus fundamentals. To be honest, even for swing trading or longer term trading, fundamentals are not everything. A stock with the best fundamentals out there is not good to get into after a huge runner. For example, let's just make an example. I know that this is not the best one, but let's say that CVX has the best possible news deal, etc. out there and it's sitting at 210. You should not buy it around here. This thing already ran like, I don't know, 70%, right? Not the best price to buy it. You need to combine the good fundamentals with a good technical entry that's going to offer you a good risk to reward ratio that is going to give you the least possible drawdown on your account. I know that if a stock had the best possible news out there, it is going to recover. It is going to go up, but you're going to have a big drawdown before the stock actually makes the move. And that's why you need to have, for longer term trades, it needs to be technicals plus fundamentals into the same direction. For day trading, it's mainly technicals. Is your technical analysis or day trading plan the same for the open middle of the day? No, it's not the same. At the open, I focus more on the 1 minute chart and the 5 minute chart, mainly building the setup on the 60 minute chart. I hold for setups for short time. I'm aggressive with my ads, I'm aggressive with my partials. Somewhere around middays, I focus more on higher time frames. For example, the 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, and hourly chart. I wait longer for the setup to form. I wait longer before the setup hits my target. Uh, I'm less aggressive with my ads. I'm less aggressive with my partials. So it really depends on the time of the day. My entries depend on the time of the day. My targets depend on the time of the day, and my patience as well. How is Apple looking? Apple is looking long. Apple is looking long, but not for a big trend trade, not all the way to the high of the day. Remember, we mentioned this when I just jumped into the YouTube session. Apple had a long bar candlestick yesterday, and normally after long bar candlesticks, the market needs some rest. That's why after long bar candlestick, you are either looking for quick momentum to the short side if there is a setup, or a reversal play around the bottom. You do not want to play continuations after the move happened. What would be your next action on Hood? I have no idea, to be honest. I have no idea. I'm more long biased, obviously. I think next week is going to be choppy, but we are going to probably continue going higher, 110 maybe. Daily setup is a bit stretched, needs some sort of a pullback. For day trading, it will be amazing. For swing trading, it's too late to jump into it. For a day trade, intraday today, it's not looking good. It's in the middle of everything. You're welcome, Yazi. AMD is still going higher. 480 is probably going to be hit on AMD today. MSCR looks good for longer term trade. Swing trading, it's around the beginning of the move. It's good daily wise for a day trade. Nice fake breakdown around here with a recovery. The real question is how far can it go today? The ATR on it is around $8. It can go all the way to 148. We need small flag at the high, or we need some longs to get trapped because the 15-minute chart on it is stretched. Probably after 1 p.m., maybe after 12:30. We need a new 15-minute low. We need a bottoming price action on the 15-minute chart and then a continuation. There is still room left on it to the long side. It looks decent, but it needs more time to set up. Chris, yes, there were some news on AMD. I think they made a deal with France, right? Julie, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the book. Guys, for those who still did not get the book, it's literally the price on it is user friendly. It's not expensive, especially if you get the ebook. The goal for me when I wrote this book was not to make money out of it. That's why I put it for like $9 on for Kindle for the ebook. It's more of a legacy, like Andrew said. So make sure that you take a look at it, read it. It is going to help your trading a lot. And don't forget to put some reviews after you finish reading it. That would be highly appreciated. Your honest review. I'm not saying just put a 5-star around here. You read the book, whatever you think about it, write it down. I would really appreciate that. Chris, well done. These are some good results out there. Any chart buys for ALTO and SIDO for the daily and the weekly. This is basically these are the type of stocks that you do not want to day trade. Remember when I said participation and pay attention to participation? So little volume, a lot of gaps, not liquid. You can go for swing trades or day trades, but but not day trades. The weekly chart is overstretched. If you manage to get your entry somewhere around the bottom, so you're on the good side. If you're looking for a continuation, probably you want to stay away from it. Same thing about SIDO. You know, these are not the best even stocks for swing trade or investing. You could see how ugly and choppy it is, right? Big moves down, big moves up, down, really ugly, bottoming, big move up, big move down. You want to stay away from these type of stocks. Unless you're going for some low float momentum scalp. And you need to be really careful about day trading these low floats if it's a low float. Looks like a low float. Tricky, risky. I don't trade them. I don't have trade book for them. Matt, I would recommend you check out two books. Andrew's book, How to Day Trade for a Living. Then read my book, Complete Guide to Multiple Time Frame Analysis and Reading Price Action. Combine that with Trading in the Zone for Psychology. And you will have most of the technical analysis covered. After that, it's screen time and practice. Give that a try, and you are not going to regret it. Exactly. Andrew's book will help you with most of the beginner things that you need to figure out: platform, scanners, different candlestick patterns, the general setups, all the terminology that you need. My book will get you slightly to the next level using multiple time frame analysis, looking at multiple charts as one picture, building a plan for trading until the execution, trade management, some psychology tips by the end of it, and you'll be ready for practice. Not to make money, for practice. You must practice. Beam Paras, have a great rest of the day. We'll see you here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Asking again, what is the significance of before 10:30 a.m. 1 minute and after 10:30 5 minutes? I can hear the YouTube goodbye song. I think I'm being kicked out, guys. I think I'm getting kicked out. They don't want me to continue. All right, so look, it says I'm going to answer your question quickly. Between 9:30 and 9:45, focus on the 1 minute chart because the setup, these are the only time frames that you have at the open. Later during the day, the 1 minute chart becomes a bit messed up, so you need to focus more on the 5 minute chart around 10:30. After 11 o'clock, focus on the 15-minute chart. I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow. Ask me this question. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll talk to you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. All right, guys? Thank you. See you.